Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming.
Bee Zelda, your non-binary busy bee and video host.
Chris Volpe from GDEX.
Ascadelia from the Ascadorable Gamer.
Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
This is great.
We are honored to have a guest here, and we are so curious, what has your experience been like so far at Origins Game Fair?
It was actually my first year as press and media.
Awesome.
I have a brand new TikTok account, the Ascadorable Gamer, where I just kind of tell you about all my favorite games.
Ascadorable?
Ascadorable, because I'm
Ascadorable.
Ascadelia.
That's awesome. Love it, love
Just
it.
make it adorable.
Heck yes. It's a brand and you stick with it.
Exactly. I tried to get away from it my whole life, but it doesn't work.
No.
So just do it.
Embrace it.
You gotta
Just
lean
do
into it.
Absolutely.
Has there
That's
been
awesome.
particular things that you've seen here that's been really cool for you?
I'm really excited about some of the new games, meeting with the publishers and everything, doing those meet and greets about games they're coming out with, Foes and Familiars, Boop, all kinds of really adorable
Boop?
games.
Did
Can
you-
we talk about, oh my
Boop,
god.
boop.
Oh my god. It is so cute. It's a little cat one, right?
Yeah, and you like take the cats and they bounce each other off the beds.
I wanted to cry.
I want all the cats.
I'm allergic, so I just get all the cat board games. Yes. That's
I want to plug that game a lot because that's a good friend of mine, Kurt Covert from Smirk and Dagger Games. It's an abstract game. Excuse me, the voice is gone.
Yeah.
But it's so adorable as you literally, you don't physically bounce them off, but when they come on the bed, bigger cats will bounce the
Bounce the other
babies
cats
off
off,
and
yeah.
things like that, and they'll push them and stuff.
So cute.
I want all the cats.
That
I
sounds
really
great.
want all
Yeah,
the
no,
cats.
that's great. That's great.
I want to collect
I hear
them.
Thank you for bringing that one up.
Yes, that one's a good one.
I'm allergic to cats too, but somehow I got a cat. So.
I somehow just ended up with a bunch of cat board games. I was like, I think I understand. I'm an animal lover, so it's hard.
You're a
not-
cat lover at heart, but
Yes,
your
but I
body is
can't
just like,
just
we will
reject
die.
it.
The heart
Just
loves
reject
it, the rest of the body will suffer.
Yes.
I feel it.
Yes.
I feel it every day.
Oh gosh, I own three cats. So
I'm jealous.
and I would take more if we could.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a dog. I'm allergic to the dog too. I just suffer.
Oh,
I suffer.
always
for her.
worth it.
Always worth
Any
it.
other animal-based games that you might have encountered?
Well,
this is the theme. I
Creature
want
No, we have a
Comforts.
theme going on.
I backed that full in on Kickstarter and I saw it here. It literally got to my, I'm displaced right now. I'm in the middle of a move, but my mom got it at her
What's it
house.
called again? I missed it.
Creature Comforts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
played
so
that
cute.
one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cute. And then they have Maple Valley coming out. I love that they had to send an email. It's like, this is not an expansion. It's a standalone
It's a standalone game in that universe of these cute
Exactly.
animals.
Yes.
And it's a fairly meaty resource management, worker placement,
Yeah.
Okay.
cute
But it's
Euro
adorable.
game. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
Alright.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with cuteness in games.
No, I
I'm
sure
cute
do. That's my
missing
brand.
games.
Oh, that is excellent. Well, what about you, Volpe? What have you been, oh no, this is our intro. So I'm not going to ask you, what did you do on Sunday?
What did I do?
But what are you looking forward
What
to
am I-
on Sunday?
So the big things for us, we got the Mario Kart tournament.
Oh, that's so
What?
Yep.
Yes! Oh my god, we announced that like a little earlier, and the last person we were doing our intro with, or outro, excuse me, was Rachel, and as soon as you said
Yeah.
Mario Kart
It
tournament,
was like
They both-
stereo.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that sounds so cool.
It's the best.
So yeah, that's a blast. So that's happening. Free entry. Just come and play. We got cool trophies. Custom made from a local
that's
Do
crafter.
we get
Very
to throw
cool.
bananas at people though?
You can throw bananas at whoever you want. I'm
If you
not.
find some
Sold.
bananas, I'll help you throw them.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get some for this.
Sold. I'll bring the turtle shells. You bring the bananas.
We
Yeah,
got this, we
exactly,
got this, we got
exactly.
this.
So I'm excited about that. We have the last performance from Phoenix Down RPG is happening tomorrow. So they've been playing music in the concourse all weekend long. So that's exciting. And then we have our the big talk I'm excited about tomorrow is Kyle Yonut from Rockstar Games, who's doing a talk at 11 on motion capture. So that's super exciting. And then other than that, I am going to peruse the show floor.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to control myself and not spend too much money. But
No such thing.
that will most assuredly be a failed attempt.
Bring in your wagon, you know?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
You know
I
what
love
I'm doing
that.
tomorrow?
Buying everything?
Absolutely nothing but hanging out gaming.
Yes.
Because I'm off tomorrow. No more camera stuff. I'm done.
And then we'll
Well,
see him
tomorrow
on
is
camera
today.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow
I
is
should be saying
today.
tomorrow. Sunday, you'll see me without the huge camera. Yeah, very professional.
It's-
without the camera. I'm gonna
We
be
got
gaming.
this.
But I love
It's-
talking to you guys.
It's
so
still
come on.
COVID. Time doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
It's
what is
true.
time?
Time
Time is relative.
Yeah.
I think.
You're close. You're close to it. We also have quite a few other things happening on Sunday. Kat Rambo is hosting their final seminar about the state of publishing. That is at 3 o'clock. You definitely want to check that out. There is going to be a couple other seminars that the show is winding down with. Artemis Bridge Simulator you still want to look at because they're not playing bridge like old people around a table. It is a Star Trek bridge. I thought it was the game bridge.
Not allowed
like,
to say, not allowed to
know.
say Star
Star
Trek.
Trek?
It is the star-based game where there's
Gotcha.
The thing with the ship and you're a captain and you're
The Star Travelers.
Star Trek.
and you might be the helmsman or the
Space
science officer or
Space
launch
wizards.
Space
torpedoes.
wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
those
Space
things.
Wizards I associate with the other Space Wizards that have swords.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Well,
yes.
you know.
Space sorcerers doesn't matter. What does matter is today, 6 Sides of Gaming
We're very, very tired.
is hosting their final show on Twitch. And Six Sides of Gaming, there's too many S's in there for my face. They were the ones that have been playing games all weekend long. They've been live on Twitch. We've been kind of showing a little bit of their stuff on Origin Spotlight. But if you saw them and you talked to them and you let them know that you in fact wanted a sentient chair, that you wanted a troll who is also a baker and has dreams of working at a butterfly conservatory,
That wears ballet shoes.
that wears
of course.
ballet shoes.
I didn't know that was an option.
Oh,
Why
you can.
not?
I did.
You get to pitch whatever you want to these folks, and they will include it in their final adventure, which is airing on today. And you want to check that out.
Sunday.
Sunday,
today.
Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday.
And Saturday.
And I think that about wraps up the main things that you want to look out for today. Is there anything that
The
you
finals of the Catan tournament, we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
Check that one out too. I think we're there.
Yeah, and of course you can watch a lot of the Mario Kart stuff and all the tournaments we're doing on twitch.tv/thegdex. So if you're at home, check that out. And also, I just want to mention, we had amazing weather this weekend.
Oh man.
You're gonna jinx it.
I
be a horrible storm?
know. Well, on Tuesday when we had that giant rain hail thing, I was like, oh, there we go. But man, we have lucked out this
The
week.
early part of the week, just before most anybody really was here, except for us.
Yeah.
It poured, but after that, it's been gorgeous. I've been
Yeah.
hanging
Got it
out
out
on
of
the
its
Sky
system.
Bar over at the AC Hotel. Don't
Yeah.
come there. We don't keep it like nobody there. Just
Why would you say
no, I'm
that?
done kidding.
And so
Check it out. The
If you're
Sky
not
Bar.
a weirdo like him, you can go to the market. What is the market
Oh,
called?
the North
Market?
The North Market. I
Ice
could
cream?
live there. I haven't tried it yet.
Jenny's
Oh,
ice
that's great.
cream is
That's
supposed
great.
to be
I'm
the
so
top.
lactose
Sunshine
intolerant.
flavor. They have non-lactose options.
I can eat so much of it then.
Yes.
Oh
You
no.
can have all of it.
I like how I can't eat any of it. Now I can eat so much.
All of it.
None to all.
Yeah,
I want all
this
the
is a
ice cream.
0-1 kind of situation. But along the good weather, I do want to mention that one of our partners and great friends, and since we're the Art of Games is our theme, is Arts Fest. Columbus Arts Fest is also happening. So if you're checking that out, you can come here, or if you're coming there, and then you can check that out.
Awesome,
So,
awesome.
Yes. I mean, I think the biggest combination for the Art Festival and Origins Game Fair combination has been, have you been looking at the pins? Look at my little Bob
So
Ross.
good,
Did I
so
trade
good.
my Bob Ross? No, I have a Bob Ross.
You got a Bob
I got
Ross?
a corgi. This is for the game Picture Perfect. Where you,
Oh, it is that
yes,
one.
that's
Yes.
that's
Can
what I
we
got at
trade?
marketing. You want to take my corgi? Yes, you can have my corgi.
You
I'll
can
give
have
you
my
my corgi because I love you so much.
Thank you.
And Robert will give me another one anyway.
Oh, there you
if I
go.
If they have any left.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Corgis are a hot commodity.
They are. I
Those
bet they
corgi
are.
butts.
But
Pin trading has been so wonderful during this convention. I have acquired, okay, so the last trade I got Bob Ross. Do you want Bob Ross?
I will take whoever you'd like to trade me
Really?
for. Of course I will.
Oh my god, you can
It's
pick.
like the best trade ever.
Right? I'm
like-
nothing, I'm winning.
Yeah, you're winning.
There's no loss
Hey,
here.
Bob Ross is cool. Come on. I mean,
There you
Those-
Happy
go.
little trees.
happy
Those-
little
those-
trees.
Those
He's
pins
the
are
most positive
done.
person on the planet, Bob Ross.
Those
The Bob
pins are
Ross
done
one
by
is
our
very
artist
cool.
Katie. She
Oh.
does those designs every
Oh,
year.
that's
Same with the
excellent.
shirts.
Awesome.
She's an amazing artist.
Oh, I love that.
I'm lucky to have her on our team.
Okay.
Imagine that when we're taking your time to show a pin trade here.
Yes.
Pin
I mean,
You
bazaar.
saw it live here.
Yeah,
And you saw it live. This is what people do. They trade cool pins.
Yep.
make sure you get all of the rare pins this weekend. Sunday's your last day to get them, so now is the time.
Awesome. I'm gonna poke myself with this thing.
It's official.
This has been so fantastic. I don't even know what else to announce for Sunday because this is the last day and you are going to have the most fun. Do we have any final thoughts?
No.
I think final thought as well. We'll wrap it up with one more thing
All right.
later on, of course, but this has been a great Origins.
This has
Origins
been
is back.
excellent.
This is awesome. Enjoy your final day.
Yes, everybody stay hydrated, make sure you've been sleeping, eating, showering, and most importantly, have so much fun.
And stay dorky.
And stay
Stay
dorky.
Always be dorky.
Hey folks, Chubby Meeple coming to you live from Origins 2022. I am here with Price of Cephalofair Games. We're going to talk all things Cephalofair, Frosthaven, maybe some Gloomhaven if you want to touch on it. I know Frosthaven's the big deal everyone wants to know about, so how's the show been going for you so far?
It's been great so far. It's been a long couple of years with the pandemic and everything, so it's really good to be out here, seeing all of our peers, seeing all of our community, and we love it. Glad to be back.
Awesome, fantastic. So, folks, I'm sure you've had a lot of traffic coming through the booth, but for the folks who haven't come by yet, what can they expect to see when they stop by the Cephalofair booth?
Yeah, so we're out here actually running 2 table demos of Frosthaven. So if you've been anxious to play the sequel standalone campaign game to Gloomhaven, then we've got that on display here. You can play any of the starting 6 characters. You can learn how their mechanics and gameplay works, and then actually walk away with a starting deck to go home and get some practice in before the game ships to you. So
That's very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah.
Very cool. And I'm assuming you're doing signups for those as popular as
Yeah,
people
we're doing
signing up?
reservations. So if
Awesome.
you're interested, come by. Try and shoot for earlier in the day. Book a demo with us, and we'll do a reservation so you can come back at your leisure.
Cool.
So
And what booth number is that?
we're at 1423.
1423.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Definitely stop by and do that. But I see you got some little tiny minis here. So we got our little Frosthaven characters.
So we announced a teaser for these back in PAX of 20 last year, PAX Unplugged in December, and so this is actually going to be our miniatures line called Miniatures of Gloomhaven, and it is a complete replacement for all of the monster standees in all of our titles. So we're looking at over 500 miniatures in total if you go all in sort of thing, and this is going to be a crowdfunding campaign that we're bringing Q1 of 2023. And so we'll have some more information about that, and actually a really exciting crowdfunding announcement coming next Tuesday. This is the first time I've mentioned it here for you. So
All right.
Everybody keep an ear out, keep an eye out, and we're excited to share what our plans are.
On Tuesday
Next week.
All right. Keep
Yes,
your
sir.
eyes out, folks, because that's exciting stuff. Cephalofair's always done cool things. I've always been
thank
a
you.
fan of, like, when you guys are doing your campaigns, Isaac and the team are not nervous at all or hesitant at all to, like, approach issues with, race issues or anything like
sure.
that. And I know, like, there's been, some people who don't care or don't want to try and fight with you on it. But I love that you guys stick to your guns.
Thank you.
And stick to your morals, and I think it's fantastic. And Gloomhaven is amazing. The other thing that I love about it was I think it was a genius idea to put out Jaws of the Lion.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I know you guys. I saw Jaws of the Lions in your booth as well.
Oh, yeah. Very
Copies
proud of
available
that.
at the show as well.
Yeah,
I'm assuming?
very proud of that. We've had a really nice and long run at Target. It's still available in mass market, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Target, and it's done a world of wonder for our game and our community. Just bringing in new players who might have been too intimidated by a 20 or 34 pound box like Gloomhaven or Frosthaven.
Yep. And the price tag that came along with that 20 or 30 pound box initially, and you don't know what you're getting into.
Very true. And so we really just tried to streamline everything and make it an on-ramp for people that said, hey, I want to try this Gloomhaven system. I just want to do it in a smaller dose. And, sure enough, the amount of new community members that we've seen pour into our community, even before they finish Jaws of the Lion, we see Reddit posts, we see BGG posts, and they say, hey, I'm only halfway through Jaws, but I just ordered Gloomhaven. I can't wait. What do I do? What recommendations? How do I bling it out? So, it's been a huge community growth tool.
Jaws was definitely a smart move because you get the smaller price point, the lower barrier of entry rules-wise, kind of rolling those rules out slowly through the first few scenarios, and then the story just carries through. If you decide to pick up Gloomhaven, it's so smooth and it's been brilliant.
Thank you.
Super excited to see these minis and the miniature line coming out next year. That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of other surprise announcements about that campaign too. So
awesome.
Please keep your ears tuned. So.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. So So folks that are watching this after Origins that can't come visit you at your booth, where can they find Cephalofair online?
Yeah, we're at cephalofair.com. That's like cephalopod, but with better judgment. So cephalofair.com, or just search, or gloomhaven.com works as well. And you can visit our website. We've got some information there. We've got lots of merch and stuff too. So, but our blog, and we keep updated about what our plans are and what's coming down the pipeline. So definitely subscribe to our newsletter, and we'll keep you informed.
Awesome, sounds great. Thanks for taking the time this morning,
Yeah,
Bryce.
thank you, Mark.
Absolutely. And until next time, keep gaming, friends.
Hello out there, Origins. I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, and I am standing here with Danny Lowe, now of Hachette board games. So thank you so much for joining me here.
Absolutely.
How is your convention going so far?
It's good. We're almost at the end of day 3,
Yeah.
Saturday. It's been very busy. We sold out of Acropolis.
I
which
know.
was very exciting at 10:10 this morning. So
All right.
First
Nice.
thing there was a line. It's great.
And I will say about Acropolis, I had a chance to sit down and play it,
Yeah.
and I would call it my surprise of the convention so far. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give this a shot, and I liked it way more than I thought I was going to like it. So it's a really great tile laying game to check out, but it's got some layers of strategy, but still easy to teach and learn.
Yeah, literal
So,
layers with
yeah,
the
yeah,
stacking
that's true.
tiles.
Yeah, yes, indeed. So you've been in the board game industry for a while, but you've only been at Hachette for about 6 weeks now.
true.
Is that right?
That's true, yeah.
So what excited you? What made you want to move over here to this company?
So Hachette, if you couldn't tell, is French.
Yes,
And,
I picked that up. With my deduction skills.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever. My major in college was French.
Oh.
So it's nice to be able to use it for the
Yeah.
first time in 10 years.
I will say, the other day I was in the booth and I heard you say just 3 words of French, and I was like, oh, that sounded pretty good. That wasn't enough to know that you spoke French, but I was like, you faked it pretty well. But that makes sense that you speak French.
I do.
Yeah.
But they've also got great games. The U.S. branch has only existed since December. But
Okay.
we have 40 games in our catalog already, some of which are older than me.
Wow.
So it's a nice challenge to be able to support 8 different studios and focusing on one at a time. So
Yeah, so that's a different model than a lot of publishers. Tell me a little bit more about that 8 different studios sort of under the umbrella of Hachette.
exactly. It's an umbrella. So I'm the point person, the marketing, English-speaking marketing person for Gigamic, Scorpion Masqué, Randolph, Studio H, Sorry We Are French, Gros Games,
Wow.
La Boîte de Jeux, so many.
Yeah.
They all have different focuses. So working together, we kind of encompass every type of game. Like here we've got RPGs,
Yeah.
social games, minis, deduction. So there's everything you could ever want.
Nice. How do you keep it all straight in your brain, having all these different companies and brands underneath the umbrella?
That's a very good question. Lots of spreadsheets,
Yeah.
lots of notes.
Yeah, nice. Well, and because you have a bunch of these sort of different brands underneath, you guys have a lot of games coming out. Can you tell me about some of the games you have coming out soon right now?
So we're going to release 6 different games at Gen Con this year.
Wow.
These are 4 of them. I don't know if you can see all of them.
Yeah.
But we've got Oh Really, which is Icebreaker, the card game. We've got Northgard, which is a 4X deck builder, introductory to these genres type of game. Turing Machine over here is a code-breaking deduction game. And then we've got Critical, which is a role-playing game for people who have been intimidated by RPGs.
Nice.
So, yeah, pick your poison. Basically.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you are personally most excited for?
Personally, I cannot wait to play the final version of Turing Machine.
Okay.
We'll have it at Gen Con.
Nice.
It'll release everywhere mid-November, so we've got a little bit more to wait. But this one is just
Cool.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's great.
What is it that you like most about the game?
So the concept is we're trying to find the 3-digit code by asking these logic problems to the artificial intelligence computer that is the game.
Yeah.
So you're posing these questions. Is yellow the number 4? And you superimpose these punch cards to find the answer, a yes or no. And so you have to extrapolate the data by comparing the other questions. It's my kind of game.
Nice. Very
Brain
thinky.
Yes.
Very
yes.
thinky. Well, what have you had the most fun with at Origins so far, now that we are on day 3 and you've been here for a few days?
Seeing everyone.
Yeah.
Last year the show was a lot
friends.
smaller. I know, it's so nice to see friends.
Yeah.
But playing games with people after hours, or even in meeting with press people, sharing the convention with people at home, that's always my highlight.
Yeah, that's what I choose to get out of that, is that Meeting with people like me is the best part of the convention, so, you know. Well, thank you so much for joining me here.
Yeah.
How do people find you here? This will air on OriginsTV. I know that we're almost to the end of the convention, but how do people come find you?
So at the show, we're at booth 954. Online, we're Hachette Games as our handle, or Hachette Board Games, depending on the platform. Just type in Hachette, you'll find us.
Nice.
Or HachetteBoardGames.com.
Joining me. Sweet. Have fun out there.
Hey, Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming. Guess where I am? It's a company that kinda I know pretty well, I think. You ever hear of a company called Stronghold Games? Indie Boards and Cards?
I've never heard of them.
No, never heard of them?
Nope. Who are they?
I'm here with Sydney Engelstein, who has for like since you were like 12 years old.
Something like that.
Something like that. And now you're like all grown up and stuff. And running a company.
Well,
Doing lots of hard work at a company.
grown up is a strong term for someone who just plays board games all day.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, like, are we any of us grown ups?
I
Doesn't
don't
matter
think
our
any
age.
of us are grown up.
But of course, besides terraforming Mars, which the Stronghold side's known for, on the indie side, one of the biggest things they're known for is the Aeon's End line. And it's killing it. I mean, it's killing it. You
Yeah.
guys are just doing such great work and adding new content for it constantly. Right here at the show, why don't we talk about Aeon's End Legacy of Gravehold?
So Aeon's End Legacy of Gravehold is the newest expansion that just came out. The Kickstarter just fulfilled and it's coming into retail. So having it here at Origins is one of the first time people who didn't back the Kickstarter are getting to see it. So it's really brand Aeon's End project has ever been.
Really?
It is packed with twice the content of a normal Aeon's End box for only, a couple 20 or so dollars more.
And I'm going to say it's like twice the size of a normal
It is
Aeon's End
also
bag.
twice the size
It
of
literally
a normal
is.
one.
Wow. That is really cool. What?
It is another Aeon's End Legacy box, just like the original Aeon's End Legacy, where you made your own mages from the ground up. In this one, instead of creating your mages with the legacy elements, it actually comes with pre-designed mages, just like every other Aeon's End box that have their own unique gimmicks and unique starter cards that make all of them have really interesting and different strategies. And then after every battle, you gain experience that you can use to add more stickers to their starting crystals, their starting sparks, their starting breaches, their mats. You can have stickers that impact the whole group that are passive static effects. So there's a ton of different customization options for how to change up your character over the course of the game.
I mean, I just love the fact that, I mean, you've basically added in more legacy stuff, but just simply more content for this ongoing, really excellent deck building cooperative game.
Yeah.
You've got something here that's very different than other people's deck building games, other people's cooperative games. Legacy involved, it's really well done.
Yeah.
All of Aeon's End.
Well, Aeon's End has always been really different than every other deck builder because its skill cap and strategic elements are so high because of the order in which your cards are discarded, and then when you run out of cards to draw, you flip your discard pile over. Skilled Aeon's End players, people who understand the strategy and want to dig into the meat of this very complex game, we give them so many opportunities with cards that, if you line them up correctly, can gain stickers to make them stronger for later battles, or cards that impact how well you're doing on the map, which unlocks further cards for you. One of the things we also really wanted to do that we learned from the original Legacy, Aeon's End Legacy 3 years ago, is that people loved the fact that it came with a story, but they felt like they weren't actually impacting the story in any meaningful way. They just kind of played a game, read a bit of story, played a game, read a bit of story.
Right.
Legacy of Gravehold blows that out of the water with a branching narrative that, depending on the decisions you make in it, can change even what nemesis you fight. So in that box there are 13 nemesis. You won't be able to see all of them in one playthrough of the game because there is that much emphasis put on the decisions you make and how well you do in every game for what you unlock over the course of it.
A branching narrative. I love that term. I'm going to be using that. I'm going to trademark that term so they're going to have to pay me money later on.
Yeah.
I love it. This is fantastic. I really love the fact that it's an ongoing system that you guys are supporting and it's continuing to do well. A true super evergreen for the company.
And then, of course, since it is the 6th standalone expansion in the Aeon's End universe. If you finish the Legacy, or if you're not a fan of Legacy, if you say, I don't care about all that sticker nonsense, it is still balanced to be integrated with all the rest of the Aeon's End content.
Awesome.
90% of the content in that box, few cards that are Legacy only, and 1 or 2 bosses that are Legacy only. But you get the 22 mages, 11 nemesis, a whole ton of new market cards. So it really does pump up your collection, and it's not one of those Legacy games that you finish and then you just have to put on the shelf because you finished it.
That is just awesome. But let's branch in. Let's do a narrative branch into what's going on right now on Kickstarter in the Aeon's End universe. You got it going on right now.
Yeah.
So what is it?
So just this Tuesday, we launched the next Aeon's End Kickstarter. It's called Aeon's End Past and Future. And speaking of branching storylines, it has 2 separate stories that are contained within the box. One that takes place in the distant, distant past of the Aeon's End universe before the first Aeon's End box takes place, and one that takes place in the future, way after the events of Legacy of Gravehold. And these 2 storylines are interconnected in order to teach people a lot about the world and the universe that Aeon's End takes place in. But if you're not interested in story, as I said before, it comes with a ton of integratable content into the rest of your Aeon's End games. It's our first non-standalone, which means returning players won't have all those bits that they have, 6 of from the previous waves. They don't need all those filler cards, the rule book that just teaches the same thing over and over. And we've really trimmed it down to just new content because we have such a strong fan base.
That is fantastic.
And I think they'll be very excited about the brand new mechanics we're introducing, which heighten the cooperation aspect and the teamwork aspect, and just give a whole new depth of strategy to your Aeon's End experience that will completely revolutionize your collection, even if you have all the ones before this.
That just sounds amazing. And this is right now on Kickstarter.
Right now on Kickstarter.
You can go to Kickstarter, excuse me, Aeon's End.
Past and Future.
Past and Future, and go check it out and back it there. Meanwhile, come over here to the Indie Game Studios. That's Stronghold Games and Indie Boards and Cards, booth
112.
1012.
112.
112, let's get that right. All the way, as soon as you get the first door, come over here, check out all the stuff they're doing over here. Legacy of Gravehold. They're showing off Terraforming Mars, Aeon's End, no, Ares Expedition. I am so good at this, aren't I? I'm a mega professional. They're also showing off Quest, which is in the line of
Avalon. And we're also showing off the Sherlock Files, some of our standalone mystery games for anyone who really likes a good mystery game. It's the best one you'll ever play.
A broad line of things going on here. Sydney, thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping by.
This is great. I'm Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming for Origins TV. We'll see you next time.
Bee Zelda here in front of the Origins merch booth. And oh my goodness, there is so much good stuff here. I don't even know where to begin, but I am going to begin with this fabulous human that I am talking to, Jax. Jax, how are you today?
I'm great today. It's like the 3rd day of the con for me because I've been here all week, and it's fantastic. And the merch that we have this year is really good.
Okay, so I can see some of the designs here. This is the newest one.
This is the newest design. It's the Art of Gaming this year, so most of our merch is on that. So we've got Crit and the G-Deck strap. But you see them in all kinds of different art styles that you see in board gaming and video gaming because we team up with them. It's fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is one of our top sellers. Well, obviously this is on all of our apparel this year. So we've got t-shirts and we have pullover hoodies here in the merch booth. But we're out of zip-up hoodies right now.
Oh, okay.
But you can go to originsgamefair.com, and they're for sale already on the website. So you can get them ordered there, and they'll ship right to your door.
That is so exciting and so dangerous. I'm going to need like 5 zip-up hoodies now.
I know, right? It's so good. Zip-up hoodies were super popular this year. We'll absolutely be bringing them back because we ran through them very quickly.
Well, yeah, we're Friday. Yeah. So the fact that you're already out is incredible.
Right? It surprised us all. We thought we had ordered enough for the week, but we still have plenty of. Our pullovers are getting a little low in stock in the smaller sizes, but our larges up are pretty okay right now. We ran out of backpacks already this year. Those are really popular. So we know we're going to bring those back. We're going to try this next year. So Right? We're in the middle of the con and we're already planning like, okay, we hear what you want. You know what we've heard that people want? They want a plushie. They want a plushie crit.
Yes.
And that's in the work. It is absolutely in the work. Okay. Crossing my fingers for next year's May. That's how we've been increasing what we have in the store.
What about bucket hats?
You know, we looked at bucket hats and we knew we couldn't do it this year, but I hear that suggestion. I will write it down in my book for next year. Yeah.
I would wear a bucket hat. I don't do baseball caps. They don't do well with the poof.
Yeah.
But a bucket hat accommodates it a little bit better.
Well, and the thing that you could do with the bucket hat is we have like the collectible pin starter sets. You get that bucket hat, and that's how you can wear your pins and trade pins with other people. Because this thing is absolutely our top seller.
Oh my goodness! I took one look at the pins and then I had to buy them.
Right?
It's impossible not to.
Yeah, and hopefully you can go and see them, but like the rares this year, and that you can only trade for. You can't buy them. You have to trade for them. We have those here. We are actively trading in the booth as well.
I got traded one. It was really cool.
Right? And then there's a pin meetup trade in the ballroom hallway. Okay. Every day at 2, I think.
Every day at 2, there's a pin meetup trading area.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's become a thing. But yeah, this thing is the best. I think Bob Ross crit is my favorite crit ever. Right? He's got the hair and he's got that peaceful Bob Ross kobold grin going on.
Spiky teeth.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So yeah,
makes me so happy.
we love this and we love having the stuff. And one thing we did this year that we heard is that people wanted stickers.
Yes.
Right? So these are some of the designs from last year's thing, which might be the wave of stickers. My laptop is now going to have a happy life.
Yes.
Right? It's going to look really good on there.
Oh my goodness.
And then we brought back badge holders. We didn't
That's what that is. I was dying to know.
Yeah, so this is a badge holder. It's got a long string so you can wear it around your neck, put your badge in here. And the nice thing about these, you can stick your generics in here. You can keep your money safe in here. There's a place on the back to put your pens and pencils.
Yes.
So yeah, and these aren't dated, so they'll be good every year.
That's so smart.
So, yeah, and now it's attached to me. Okay.
It is yours now.
Right? One of the other generic things we did this year, this is new. We have cool Origins notebooks. So it's a magnetic clasp, but then inside you've already got your pen ready to go and all of your Post-it notes. So if you're playing a game and you want to track your hit points or anything, so this is great.
That is dangerously cool. I love stationery. I don't even know what the desire is.
I know. You just want to have it. Like I think I've bought 2 or 3 of these because I'm like, well, yeah, now I can track single games when I go home if I'm in a campaign. It's a great campaign book. So yeah, I love this. This is brand new this year.
Also not dated, which I appreciate.
Exactly, yeah.
So nobody's like, ew, why are you carrying a book from 2 years ago? And I'll be like, I got this year.
Right,
You don't know
exactly.
that.
I love this thing.
Oh my gosh. And then what else?
This is amazing. So we've done dice at Origins for years. This dice has a little crit embedded in every one of the die.
Oh my gosh.
Crit can do good luck even at your gaming table.
That's beautiful.
These are super popular right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a set of these are going to go home with me as well.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I have to buy a 3rd seat on the plane to get back home. But we're going to take these home,
I think
yeah.
So, oh my gosh, because I would just say, oh, I rolled a crit with my crit.
Right? Exactly. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hadn't even think about. Okay, that's what we're going to pitch it in the booth now.
Yes.
So roll the crit with my crit. Yeah.
It's just so perfect.
Exactly. But we've got tons of stuff, and we're open every day as long as the vendor hall is open. And I usually keep us open a little bit later and a little bit earlier, so there's got plenty of time. But we are finding some of our products are selling out quickly. Like it's Friday, so if you're thinking about a pullover, if you're thinking about a t-shirt, I would strongly suggest getting down here as soon as you can.
Okay. So get to, I think we are in Concourse Hall. Concourse A, perfect. You can't miss it.
The exhibitor hall.
Yes.
So yeah, you can't miss it because we're going to be loud and obnoxious all weekend, right? We want people to have a good time.
Absolutely. So come by, get some dice, get some stickers, get some pins, get some t-shirts. You will not be disappointed by the fantastic merch that they have here. Thank you so much, Jackson. Have an amazing rest of your Origins Game Fair.
You too. It is so good already, and you are the best person I've met so far, so thank you.
Thank you.
Hello out there, everybody at Origins. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, and I'm sitting here with Ray from CGE, also known as Chex Games Edition if you don't speak acronym. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, I love the stuff you guys are doing. How is your Origins going so far?
It's going pretty good. I just finished like an hour-and-a-half live stream of the show floor itself, kind of being people's vehicle to experience the con if you can't actually be here, and it went well without a hitch. So
nice.
Well, a couple hitches, no game breaking.
Yeah, no like trip and spill the
nothing
camera
like shattered or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. It's been really good for us so far.
What's your secret to talking for an hour and a half straight?
You just get used to talking kind of about nothing, and that sounds bad, but like that is kind of what streaming's about. Like I know a lot of people. That's what I enjoy doing. I'm a live streamer at heart. I like the natural flow of conversations.
What's your favorite thing about Origins? Do you have a favorite thing that gets you excited?
About Origins, I like the North Market, man.
Oh
the
yeah?
Food is really nice.
Okay,
really
all right.
Nice,
A lot of options.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
I mean, that's not Origins specific, but it gets me excited to come to Origins because you have good lunch break options.
That is true. One of the things I wanted to talk about is, CGE, there are a lot of companies and a lot of publishers, and not many names, but there's a lot of publishers that are putting out 6, 8, 10 games a year, right? There's this real sort of push to put out a lot of things, and it's sometimes about the numbers. Whereas CGE has kind of taken a different approach. You guys put out 1, maybe 2 things a year and really get behind it and really push that thing. So how did that sort of decision come about? Was that a conscious decision?
I don't think it was a conscious decision. It's just kind of always how we operated. We just want to make good titles. And we got very lucky with Codenames being so successful that I think we have the ability to take our time with our releases. We are not, that bottom line is not as close to us as it is for other publishers. So like I think that's a part of it, but we're able to do what I think always would naturally want to be able to do, which is just take our time. We're very designer first publisher. Like we really want to make sure the designer, whoever's making the game that we're putting out, is happy with it. This is the exact product that they want to make.
Oh,
so we spend a lot of time with each designer that we work with, really taking the time to make sure that it's exactly what they want. We would never put out something that isn't finished. I mean, like, it's partly why I don't even know half the stuff we're working on, because it's not ready to be talked about, and they won't tell me.
Wow,
it's like ready to be talked about. I won't leak all the secrets.
They're very secretive here.
Oh, 100%. They take it very seriously. It really is like a craft.
Yeah.
100%. That is the core of it, for sure.
Well, what do you think are some of the main benefits of that approach?
I mean, I just think we all really believe in the games we put out. You know, like everyone in the company has a say in everything. We actually have a retreat that we go to once a year in the Czech Republic. We go out into like the woods of the Czech Republic. Everyone at the company goes to this like cabin, and we play all the games that are currently being developed or being considered to be developed. And every single person there has to play every game like 5 times and write. I think even if you're literally just an IT person, you don't have to be a designer. You don't have to even be like adjacent to design. They want every single person at every level of the company to feel confident and excited about what it is that we're making. Which is really cool. Normally I feel like it kind of happens behind closed doors. But like when we're like deciding what games we want to go forward with, it is a full company-wide process. We really get to take our time with it and make sure everyone's happy with it.
It's an interesting thing, because you say they're taking all of their employees to a cabin in the woods, and it feels creepy,
really creepy,
and then you're like, but then there's going to be board games, and you're like, oh, creepy's gone.
Czech gaming. It's kind of like our internal convention that we just do for our employees. The first time I got on that plane, I was like, I have not been at this company that long. Like, I might not come back. Everyone seems chill so far.
And you have already said this company can be secretive about their games they're developing, so
it was such a fun and such a cool experience, and I've never been with a publisher who does that kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Really make sure.
Because you are really a multinational company. There are people all over the world, right?
All over the world, No, it's really cool.
Well, and I would say, as an outside observer, one of the things that I would say as a benefit of the idea of only doing a limited amount of releases a year is that you can sort of build community more for the releases. Yeah, I mean, it feels like you guys put a lot of effort, and it's like one of the things I think about when I think about your company is that community building around the titles that you release. It's not just here's a game, but here we're building a game family.
Time to like grow, and for the RNet community to grow before we release the expansion, make sure a lot of people are into it before we more content. Really taking our time with that, and I'm glad you appreciate the community around them, because that's something that I think we pride ourselves a lot in.
Yeah. What are you doing specifically at the company? What is your role, and how are you building community?
So speaking about community, I basically do all of our live streaming stuff. That is my role is Twitch and Discord and interacting with our fans through those particular platforms. So I'm very much like a daily interaction person with our fans, even if it's, you know, text-based on Discord or streaming live to Twitch, you know, 3 or 4 days a week. That's how I interact with our community, and that's what I'm there to do with this company, which is really cool. I really, really love it. It's an awesome job.
Awesome. Well, what can people come see here at the CG booth at Origins?
Well, right now, directly behind this camera is a giant, like, what, 100-scale version of Galaxy Trucker,
it's very large.
Is one of our original games that we published that we recently came out with a updated version of it. And we have a giant version of it out on the floor for people to play. It's a hit with kids. It gets all the energy that they have pent up. You can run back and forth, grab the tiles, put them in your ship, run back, grab more. It's a lot of fun. It's been cool because it's like my backdrop. My little workstation here. I get to see people having fun with it, and it's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, cool. What's your booth number here?
I believe we are 801.
801. So come check out CGE, play some giant Galaxy Trucker, talk to Ray about community building.
Yeah, please do. I'm always down to chat about it.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Plan, build, and manage a modern zoo. Using scientific principles, you'll create enclosures to house animals from all over the world while supporting conservation efforts to ensure their survival in the wild. Welcome to Ark Nova. Ark Nova is a strategy game for 1 to 4 players that lets you run a zoo however you see fit. Utilizing a brilliant action selection system, Ark Nova forces you to balance the strength of your actions with careful timing. Upgrading your actions introduces even more to consider and additional ways to customize your playstyle. 8 different map layouts allow for varied play, allowing you to build your zoo however you'd like. Partner with zoos and universities from around the world in order to bring in exotic species and deepen your understanding of them. Contribute to conservation projects to ensure the survival of animal habitats. With over 250 cards included, every game you play will be a new experience. And with over 125 animal cards, every zoo you create will be as wonderful and varied as the animals themselves. Join the fun and play Ark Nova today.
Your favorite escape room game now transports you to an iconic fantasy realm. Middle-earth is in grave danger. Frodo and the Fellowship need your help. Join them as they journey to Mordor on a quest to destroy the One Ring, decipher riddles, carry out Gandalf's secret assignments, and buy the hobbits enough time to reach Mount Doom. The adventure that awaits you will be one for the ages. In Exit, The Lord of the Rings, Shadows over Middle-earth. A Cosmos game from Thames and Cosmos.
Hey, this is Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming, again for OriginsTV. And, you know, I do some of my best business in bars at night. I met this gentleman last night while having a beer, and I was so impressed by the things he was saying. I said, you know what, I'm going to squeeze him in. And this is Flying Leap Games. They're in booth 1160. You guys got to come here and see some of the cool things they're doing. And this is a brand new company. Tell us about what you're showing off at the show and what's coming in the future.
Sure. So one of the things that I'm super excited about with these host of games is that they're party games. They're light party games. You can learn them in a minute. They take 30 minutes to play. They're super easy to pick up and learn.
Anybody who knows me knows I love party games because I'm a social guy, like you saw last night.
Right.
I just love being around and doing something that we're going to laugh about.
Right. And one of the things that is core to the games that we play is that it's not just the turn it in cards for someone else to read, the pee-pee poo-poo card like wins the round, like a Cards Against Humanity. There is a lot of level of role-playing, a lot of level of creativity, ingenuity, improv that is baked into the core of these games. And I'll start from this end.
Sure.
This is just tell me what to do. It's about all the advice you never knew you needed. How it works is you're posed a dilemma and you have advice cards in your hand. These advice cards are anywhere from quotes from Anonymous to quotes from history's worst and best figures, and you have to convince me what to do in that certain situation using advice in your hand.
social interaction party game. Love it.
Yes, geared towards, let's not just turn in cards and laugh at funny words from a guy in LA's writing. Let's be our own funny. You are funny, we are funny. Let's capitalize on the dynamics of the group, and let's have fun together.
That's awesome.
Our flagship game is called Wing It. It's a game of extreme storytelling. It's very simple. It's very heavy on the role-playing and improv. You're posed a hypothetical scenario, a situation card. These are wacky scenarios, sticky situations, ethical dilemmas that you have to navigate out of using cards in your hand to help build your story. You have 5 cards, you pick 3, and you kind of have to string together a stream of consciousness, just a story to get out of that situation. It's really fun. Our bestseller, we just sold 10,000 copies. We're going to do another print.
10,000 copies. You guys aren't a small company. I think they lied to me. That's a great number to sell from a company that's basically, how old is the company actually?
So the company is, I believe, so I'm just a sales guy. Molly Zeff, who is the owner of the company, is observing Shabbat, Jewish holiday, so she can't be here. I believe it's, Molly, don't kill me, it's 3, 4 years old?
That's pretty good. So you're establishing yourself now. Very good.
Absolutely.
And you've got a hit.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Right. Next up on this list is $1 Million Doodle. It's the game of the next big thing. It's a drawing-based game, right? So we talk about storytelling. What's the next big extension to storytelling? It's like, okay, well, can we add some sort of physical element to it? Can we add some drawing, some charades to that? Basically, how it works is you have 2 cards in your hand. They're logo component cards. You have to draw that logo based off the suggestion, and then you pass your notebook around. Everyone's got a notebook. They pass it around. They're drawing based off the logo. You have to come up with a company name. And then you have to come up with, the next person in line comes up with a slogan. And then after like 3 or 4 rounds of that, you have this like amalgamous company that has morphed from your original vision. And you have to pitch that like you're on Shark Tank. And it's the best person in that round wins. So yeah, that's, we also have Jewish Card Revoke, which is a license off of Black Card Revoke. It's official licensing from those awesome guys over there. I believe they are just killing it over there. Molly Zeff got to write for their company license for Jewish Card Revoke. It's a lot of fun. It's about exploring the cultural ubiquity within certain subsects of different cultures. It's really, really fun.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And what did you tell me you have a Kickstarter that's about to start, or it started already?
Kickstarter is going right now.
Ooh.
Yes. So this is our newest game in the lineup. It's actually a collaboration between her and myself. It's How to Lose a Guy in 1 DM.
How to Lose a Guy.
It's about
in 1 DM.
It's about the cringy, horny, desperate, angry DMs that women get sent online and dating, and it's a lot of fun. So how it started was Molly Zeff was texting with a lot of her friends, all sharing stories of like just the rude comments that they would get online, and she was like, this should be a game. Like, we should be able to ridicule this. We should be able to mock this. We should have something, a means of catharsis around it.
Oh,
and that's exactly what we did.
That's crazy.
Right. So how the game works, every game gets a neoprene mat. You can't really see it. Maybe you can't see it, but it's this nice neoprene mat. It looks like a phone. And how it works is at the top of the round, you'll read a profile card of a guy. Let's just take Nikola, for example. And he'll have his backstory, how you know him, notable moments, cringy details, red flags. And then he'll slide 3 messages, each more cringy, random, and desperate than the last, into your DMs. It's your job to clap back with the most devastating reply to that
guy. Put him in his place.
Put him in his place. Yeah, it is a game of catharsis.
I'm about to say, it's like, yeah, you're, you meet these bad people, put them down, put them in their place.
And that's what we noticed when designing this game is that, the mechanics seem random, like they're disjointed, they don't work together, but in fact, it just plays into the realness of the game because guys who are left on red are capable of saying anything. They will abandon their ideology, their belief system, if it means getting in your pants that much quicker. So like the randomness of the cards and how they're played only has, in the feedback that we've gotten, it's only added to the realness.
I'm cringing right here. I'm absolutely cringing. Right. Oh my, that's crazy. So right now, people can come over to booth 1160, Flying Leap Games. You can see the Kickstarter, what's going on. You can actually go there, scan it, get right to Kickstarter if you'd like. Chris, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate the time.
Thank you. Come over to booth 1160, Flying Leap Games. This is Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming for OriginsTV. We'll see you next time.
Hey folks, Chubby Meeple coming to you live from Origins 2022. I am here with Johnny, brother 2, if you will, of Brotherwise Games. Just chatting with him about stuff they've got going on and what's going on at the show. Nice to see you today, Johnny.
It's good to see you. I'm sorry Brother One isn't here, but he's more important. He's doing the very important thing. So Brother Two it is.
Nice, awesome. Well, I know you've got a lot of stuff going on. I've seen event things popping up on Instagram and things like that of things that are going on at the show, and just figured I'd stop by and chat with you about some of the stuff, some of the games you're showing off, and some of the events you got coming up folks might want to check out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is our first major convention since 2019, and we are super psyched to be here. We're at booth 1000, and we've got this beautiful setup. I don't think we've ever had an Origins booth this big. We've got our castle behind us, big old hanging banner above. Pretty exciting for a company that started out 10 years ago as just two guys who wanted to make a game called Boss Monster, and we're doing it for fun. And over time, that kind of hobby turned into a side hustle and became our full-time job.
Very cool.
So, very fun stuff. And at this show, we're showing off, it's almost like 2 years worth of games since we didn't have a convention season last year.
Yeah.
We have what was new last year plus what's new this year.
Very cool. So what are some of the highlights you'd like folks to tell people? I see Night of the Ninja here in front of us. I know there's some events going on for it.
Yeah, Night of the Ninja. This is a really fast-paced social deduction game. I call it a party game for hobby gamers. And it is super fun. We do have a tournament on Friday at 4 p.m., hosted by me and Professor Meg, and that should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And it's the kind of thing where it's a tournament, but it's also a learn-to-play event. You can learn how to play this game in 5 minutes, and then we'll be playing a couple rounds of it and handing out plenty of prizes. We've also got the Dragon Prince Battle Charged, which is a really fun, quick tactical miniatures game that's meant to sort of be like a fantasy version of like a Smash Brothers experience where you're just getting onto a field, going at each other very quickly. Really cool little systems in that. I really love that game. And then we've got some stuff that's totally new.
Awesome.
Some games that haven't come out yet.
Very cool.
Of those, probably the biggest story for this show is Empire's End.
I see John D. Clare and Quan Chai Moria's names on this box. That's some pedigree.
It is. It's an all-star team, and John brought this one to us because I think he knew he had something special and wanted to try something new. And this is a Civilization-themed reverse bidding game. It is very cool. So if you've ever played the modern classic game No Thanks,
yes,
it's like that, but you're saying no thank you to plagues and barbarians and famine.
Things you want to say no thanks to.
It's basically like everybody's a civilization at its apex, about to decline, and you're trying to keep all these things at bay while innovating as an empire and ending the game with the most intact locations and or the highest score by other means. It's very clever. Probably our, a gamer's game out of everything we've done. We tend to focus more on like at a core casual crossover audience.
Yeah.
And this one, while I think it's still got that crossover, it's a little more targeted toward like the core, serious board gamer. And I can't wait to get this into more people's hands. So we'll be running demos for this all show long.
Oh, fantastic. And the artwork on this cover is gorgeous.
Yeah, Quan Chai is a friend. I actually, when I first met him, I didn't realize he was the Quan Chai. He was just a dude in my Call of Cthulhu campaign, and then
nice.
We've been meaning to partner with him for a while. It's very cool that we finally got the chance to.
Oh, that's so cool, so cool. I love it. And I see this next box you've got over here, Call to Adventure. I love Call to Adventure. It's a fantastic game. I've played the Stormlight Archive. I backed this one on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Epic Origins?
All right, so Call to Adventure Epic Origins is the high fantasy version of Call to Adventure. So Call to Adventure is a hero building game. It's sort of like you take Splendor, then you add some randomization into it, a little bit of a push your luck component by casting runes to determine certain outcomes, while of course you're still building your character all along the way. And at the end, you've got this tableau which has its mechanical purposes, but you've also built a story along the way. And we know people who have used this in classes as a writing tool. We've known writers who just use this to stimulate their imaginations. But the original Call to Adventure was sort of low fantasy, kind of the everybody's a human, there might be a dragon here or there, but kind of that like, Princess Bride or Game of Thrones level of fantasy. And this one is like your elves, dwarves, halflings, fighters,
cool.
Thieves, wizards kind of fantasy. And that was, making TTRPG characters was a huge inspiration for the original game, and this one is all about that. So it introduces new heritage cards, it introduces new class cards, it takes co-op mode and brings it front and center as sort of the default way to play, and it adds a multi-session campaign mode where you play sort of generations of heroes fighting different adversaries, and you're unlocking lots of content along the way.
I love getting to the end of the game and then just kind of telling your character's story, despite who won. Just everybody go around the table, tell your character's story. It's just a fun, like you said, it's a narrative exercise almost, and I love it. It's such a great game. The artwork on it's fantastic. It's simple to teach. It's simple to play. This was definitely, if you haven't played the regular Call Adventure, highly recommend it. This looks phenomenal. I can't wait to get my Kickstarter copy because I'm pumped for the high fantasy side of things. So
yeah, as somebody who designs games but is not actually that good at them, I do love any game where like you've built something or created something, because then you don't feel like you've wasted your time, even if you lose. And Call to Adventure is like the epitome of that. And I do think this is very clearly the strongest Call to Adventure.
Awesome, fantastic. And looks like we got one more over here to chat about here. This is Castles by the Sea. Now, this is one, admittedly, I'm not familiar with. I just saw this pop up on social media within the last couple of weeks.
So Castles by the Sea is by John Benjamin and Michael Zareb, and it is a very cool, innovative game that came to us, and we immediately were like, oh, we got to publish this game. It's a sandcastle building game. So you're taking little wooden blocks and building sandcastles while obeying a bunch of specific rules and trying to optimize your score. And what it is Watch It Played called it Santorini meets Tiny Towns, and I think that's a very good description, where you have the vertical kind of 3D building like in Santorini, but you've got a lot of the decision making you typically associate with a tile building game. So
very cool.
So
I like
sort
that
of
combination.
a tile building game in 3 dimensions, and you play these tiny little shorelings who are trying to build their seaside homes while dogs and babies and volleyballs are assailing them from all sides. And a fun aspect of the gameplay is you're going to build and rebuild, and things are going to wash away your sandcastles or trample down your sandcastles or pick up your little shorelings and carry them away. And you're trying to basically keep as much on the board as possible at any given time, and you're rewarded for that by earning more sand dollars. But very clever game. Actually, surprisingly challenging if you're playing against people who are good abstract strategy players, but also still something you can play with, kids and have a great time as well.
Nice. And it sounds like it's a fairly quick game, just from the way you're describing it. Probably half an hour if I had to guess.
It's right in that. Let's say here. I mean, this is even
30 minutes.
That's a little inaccurate, but it's a 20 to 40 minute game,
okay,
so it's the kind of thing you can play and replay, which is what we try to have games that are not super expensive. We try to have games that you can play in less than an hour, because a big sort of philosophy for us is bringing new people into the hobby, and we want to make games that if you're a serious gamer or a core gamer or whatever you want to call it, you can really enjoy, but you can also bring in your non-gamer partner or spouse or kids or friends and introduce them to the hobby and the love of this awesome hobby that we all like.
Well, and I like the catalog, just in what you showed here in these 4 games, and you mentioned Dragon Prince, which is off camera at the moment. Definitely stop by and check it out because it's great. If you love the Netflix series like I do, dive in and play one of those characters. But I love your guys' catalog because you've got something for everyone. Dragon Prince is that skirmish game. You've got the social deduction with Night of the Ninja. You've got some entry to mid-level stuff with Castles and Empire's End. And then the storytelling side of things with Call to Adventure. And then, of course, Boss Monster's the staple of everything that started it all. And that's that entry level as well. So, I know you guys are here for the show, obviously, Booth 1000. Where can folks see, if they're watching this video after Origins, where can they find information about the company, website, social media, anything like that?
Just head to brotherwisegames.com. And we also, I'd say we're most active, we do a little Twitter, we do a little TikTok, we do some Facebook, but Instagram is probably our hub of where, I'm typically the one posting there, and just when I've got something fun and new to show, like, hey, here's a look at this new game I'm designing, Instagram is kind of where we put it, and we're just Brotherwise Games on Instagram.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, Johnny. I'll let you get finished setting up and get ready to kick things off here when the crowd hits here in the next 45 minutes or so, but appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today.
All right, thanks so much.
See Johnny and friends at Booth 1000. Check out Brotherwise Games if you're watching this after Origins, and as always, keep gaming, friends.
I'm here with Charlie Chaplin at the Arcane Wonders booth. Charlie, what's up? Of course he doesn't talk. We know Charlie Chaplin doesn't talk. Look, It's Marlena Dietrich. Marlena, turn around. Let's have a chat. Marlena. I'm not important enough for Marlena Dietrich to talk to me. I'm here, Arcane Wonders. Check out Picture Perfect. Great deduction game. Hey, it's Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming for OriginsTV again, and I'm here in booth 1161 with a small company that's got some really cool looking stuff going on here. James, what's the company name? You've changed it even.
Yeah, we are Uncle Zeziak Games.
Uncle Zeziak. That's nothing hard to say about that one. That's easy. Zeziak.
Zeziak is actually the first initial of every one of the kids that I am a uncle of in birth order.
All right, that's an interesting way to create a name of a company, but
nobody else would have it.
That is really cool. That's a very interesting way. So you got a couple of things going on here. One of them is, I think you said it's coming out.
Yeah,
it's going to Kickstarter?
It is on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is live for it right now.
We'll talk about that one first, and then we're going to switch over to product that you people can buy right here.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about this. This is called Outclassed?
Yes, Outclassed is a game about teenage superheroes and supervillains. It's an asymmetric game, so the villains and the heroes operate a little differently. The villains are focused on trying to complete their schemes to get enough resources to complete their master plan. The heroes, in addition to thwarting that, have to contend with the everyday events of their lives, like band practice, going to class, homecoming dance.
So I was gonna say outclassed meant, well, you know, like what people say to me, I'm always outclassed by people. But we're gonna talk about like school outclassed, because these are young superheroes. This is like old days of Spider-Man, if we're allowed to.
I am
not allowed to say those things.
I wear my influences on my sleeve, and yes, absolutely, early Steve Ditko and Stanley Spider-Man is absolutely one of the primary.
James knows his early comics. Very good. I like it. Yep. Tell me more about this, because it looks really cool. I love the big, bright blue, red colors, the adversarial colors.
Yeah, well, every aspect of the design was designed to kind of mimic that comic feel. The villains have more actions per turn and get a few more cards, so the heroes are always on the back foot.
Of course.
Because if you follow comics at all, the villains are proactive and the heroes are reactive.
Exactly.
So that's part of, which is why, like, the villains plan things, the heroes have things happen to them.
Right.
While trying to maintain that balance. And because of like the two decks that we have here that we're showcasing, the main villain isn't like, she doesn't want to like take over the world. She wants to be the person at top of the school. She is the head cheerleader. She is, so all of her personal schemes are things like running for homecoming queen.
She wants to be the coolest.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to be the coolest of the superheroes, or villains, as the case may be.
She just also happens to be a banshee, so it's
very interesting. Very, very cool. And again, you got this on Kickstarter right now.
Yes, it's on Kickstarter right now. We are giving out a pair of promo cards that actually have a QR code on them that takes you right to our Kickstarter page.
Oh, that's awesome. And of course, if people can't make it here, they can just go to Outclassed on Kickstarter. And how long is it going to be running for?
It is running for the duration of June.
Okay.
Yeah.
A big long Kickstarter going to the end of June.
Yep, till the end of June. One of the things that we're really excited about, because it being in June, like, the game has a lot of positive LGBT characters.
Awesome.
We made it sure that, like, yep, there you go.
There you go. Just cut to it. That's great. No, this is really, it looks and feels like a style of a comic book. I mean, it has some of that very bright colors, but it also has this very moody kind of like gray tone to it as well. I really enjoy this artwork a lot.
Thank you.
Who's the artist?
I am.
You're the artist for all this?
Yes, I am the artist. I did the layout, game design.
We're talking some talented people over here at Uncle
Zeziak.
Zeziak. Rolls right off the tongue.
It
Uncle
does.
Zeziak.
I'm going to actually hand this over to my colleague Don, and we're going to talk about the game that we've got here.
Very cool.
For sale.
Remember, I'm going to repeat this again. We're in booth
1161.
1161. Uncle Zeziak / Event Forge Games. Come and check out Outclassed. And now We got Donald, Don.
This is so surreal. Oh
It's
my goodness.
surreal.
I've heard your voice for years.
Well, I hope that's good.
It is. It is.
You normally hear me like what, like mocking Tom Vassell or something like that.
Only all the time.
Well, this one is on Kickstarter now, and obviously won't be available there for until at least the end of the year, if not a little bit after that. We got something right now. You can come here and play test. Oh, not play test. I mean, but play with you guys.
I will play at the drop of a hat. I will play all day. I can't stop.
Good, excellent. And this is called the House of Wisdom.
Yes, the House of Wisdom.
Tell
The
me
House
about
of
it.
Wisdom celebrates the amazing discoveries of the Islamic Golden Age when Europe's in their dark ages. There's a lot happening a little further to the east. The invention of algebra, things like that. I'm a fan. I studied math, so the algebra is a good thing for me.
Very, very
Most
cool.
people don't like it. What are other examples? Improvements to distillation and the guitar.
I like distillation myself. I mean, a nice single malt scotch is good.
Originally designed for perfume.
For
that was the
perfume.
idea. You wanted to make enough ethanol to make your perfume. Islam's not too happy with the drinking.
No, they're not too happy with the drinking, but okay, nice, clear perfumes. Very cool.
Well, and the mass quantities of them. There are 55, I think, entirely unique cards. I'll turn them this way.
All unique cards.
Yeah, these 55 are all unique. Everyone celebrates a different discovery or invention or influential book or a scholar of that age.
So that you basically have created a historical card game.
It is, yeah, it's
It is.
definitely historical.
And the general mechanics, this is a 2 to 5 player game.
It is.
Plays pretty quick, 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
And what's the general mechanics that are going on in the game?
Generally, you're picking up resources over here, kind of ticket to ride-ish, hand management thingies going on there.
Very cool.
And if you're not doing that, if you finally have enough resources, you're making a discovery, which gets you points toward the end of the game here, and gets that into your hand. You'll be the first one to play it, but not necessarily the last. Because after you've played it, it goes into the shared discard pile to find its way back over, and maybe you'll pick it up for free with some of your resources later on.
Awesome, awesome.
So I discover algebra, and then later on you get to use it.
That is awesome. That is really, really interestingly done. How does it play with 2 players? Does it play well all the way to the 5 player?
Yeah, well, 5 gets a little shaky, but 2 through 4 are all intense, nail biter finish. You always feel like you have a chance at the end. I think so.
This is awesome. Don, and again, very talented people here. They're designing the games, they're producing the games. Really cool. The House of Wisdom, it's the beginning of the work of the Islamic world.
Yeah, the Islamic Golden Age. That's what historians
Islamic
call it.
Golden Age.
For very good reason.
And
the
you can
founding of Baghdad's the beginning. The destruction of Baghdad's the end. That part's not in the game.
Good, okay. But anyway, come over here, check out Outclassed and the House of Wisdom at Uncle Zeziak Games. Rolls right off the tongue, like I said.
It gets easier.
It gets easier as you say it.
Zeziak.
In 1161. I'm Stephen Buonocore, the Podfather of Gaming, for Origins TV, and we'll see you again soon.
Hello out there, Origins TV. I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, and I am sitting with T. Kyrez with Snowbright Studio. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thanks
here.
for coming by.
Yeah,
And waiting for the
exciting.
demo to finish.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, I want to hear about their. I figured I wanted to hear about the games too on camera a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Snowbright Studio, new company, company that you helped form.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about the inspiration for forming this new company?
Yeah, well, so I've been in the industry for a while,
Yeah.
and I've been a part of a lot of great companies, and I've worked with a lot of great companies and done a lot of stuff. And one of the things that I really am passionate about in like my outside of gaming life is sustainability and environmentalism and just being more mindful about like products and how we use them and things like that. So I wanted to run a publishing company. I wanted publishing companies to be better about environmental production, like being smart about that. And so eventually I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself.
Nice. That's a big leap, though. I mean, it's like there's a lot more work when you're the one running the show.
Yeah. So,
follow-up question: how much do you sleep a night?
Oh my gosh.
To run all this stuff.
Not as much as I used to. That's for sure.
I can imagine.
Last night I was hanging out with the head of another company, and we were talking about the sleep rule for conventions, where it's like I used to have a rule where I would sleep 3 hours a night, have 2 meals, and I would shower at least once at conventions. And now my rule, a few years ago, I changed the rule to 6 hours a night at a convention, 2 meals, 1 shower. And I was talking to the head of another company, and they were like, God, if I could get 6 hours any night at a convention or not, it's like running the company, you don't get 6 hours anymore.
I can't imagine 3 hours. I mean, it's also like, yeah, if I was 21, maybe I could do it. But that was a long time ago.
I was in my young 20s when I was doing the 3 hours. Yeah. Woo.
And so, tell me, this is your first game with Snowbright Studio?
Yeah, so this is the first game that I worked to do. Snowbright Studio existed previously, but they were small, and they made digital apps for hire, for contracts, for like different organizations.
Okay.
Like little mini games for like helping explore a museum.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so they made a role-playing game because they were just like, I want to make a role-playing game, and then they didn't know how to like make it because they'd never produced physical goods. So they were looking for somebody to come on and help them produce physical wares. And so I joined. So we do actually have a role-playing game.
Oh, cool.
Which does exist.
Oh, nice.
And it's a cozy cottage core kind of adventure world. There's recipes in the book to help like set the tone for the game night.
Fun.
So I helped a little bit in just like making this exist as a physical thing you can touch.
Yeah.
But Birds of a Feather is the first game that I've like the full whole process on. Yeah. So.
Nice.
It's a reprint of a game from 2015 that I've always loved, and the designer has been approached to reprint it a few times, but he loves birds and bird watching and camping and hiking.
Yeah.
And he always felt a little weird about like making a game about loving nature that required you to like cut down trees and kill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could understand that.
So,
just speaking, I was an environmental science major in college.
Oh, wow,
So
you know like all that stuff. Yeah. So he and I had a chat about it, and I was like, if I'm gonna start making games, I'm gonna do it right. We're gonna do like responsible forestry like considerations and things like that, and we're also gonna give a percentage to organizations that help secure environments for birds and things like that. And he was like, sweet, I'm in.
Yeah.
So that's why.
You're sort of being an industry leader now in this sustainable process. Are other people coming to you asking how they can do it? Is that starting a little bit of a trend, hopefully?
It is, yes. And it's also starting to have the manufacturers have conversations.
Nice.
Manufacturers want to be more sustainable. Like, they see how much trash they produce and they recycle as much as they can, but like when they're still making a lot of stuff that's just they know is going to end up in a landfill, like the packaging or inserts or chipboards, you know, it kind of hurts a little bit because they see it on a much larger scale. You get home and you're throwing away and you got plastic, 4 punch board screws or 20 depending on the game, and at their scale they're producing 10,000 units. So you're like, wow, I punched this and this is a lot of trash. They're like, that times 10,000, you know? So the manufacturers want to do more, and they want to provide more resources and be more environmentally conscious, and there are great manufacturers out there working towards that. But a lot of publishers don't know it's an option. Right? Because a lot of publishers just want what they think's hot and buzzy and like UV coat and stuff. UV coat is just coating paper in plastic. So the paper is no longer recyclable. Which means it's removed from the cycle, which means we have to cut down more trees. So like there's just stuff like that. And I'm very loud about it.
That's how change happens, right?
So the manufacturers are working at Panda Game Manufacturing Company, which is one of the largest producers of board games. They are now FSC certified.
Oh, cool.
Which is fabulous. So if you are looking at purchasing a game through Kickstarter and the publisher is using Panda, ask them if they can make sure the paper in that game is FSC certified, which means that the wood and the paper being used in that product does not come from illegal forestry. It comes from sustainably and appropriately managed forests that maintain animal habitats. And they don't violate land rights. And like a lot of that kind of stuff, which is fantastic. It's amazing. And more companies are starting to do FSC and ask about it and talk about it. And there's actually an organization that started called Green in Gaming, which is making a white paper about how to do more sustainable manufacturing.
Cool.
And I'm
So the resources are growing.
It's growing.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
growing, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm very excited to be a part of it. Yeah,
that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we end, can you tell me a little bit about how this game plays and
Yeah,
what this game
yeah,
is
yeah,
about
yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah, so in this game, you're bird watchers. You're traveling around to different habitats in Western North America, and you're trying to fill out your bird list, which
Okay.
I don't know if you're into birding.
Boy, I got to tell you, I get a picture from my dad of his bird feeder just about every single day.
So your dad's into
Yeah.
it, but maybe not.
Retired dads love bird feeders. I'll tell you that. He's always like, you won't believe what we got, and I was like, you're right, I won't, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So, well, we got a spotted warbler. And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me, Dad. I'm sorry.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool.
He loves it.
That's funny. You should get. There's an app you can get, and you'll load his image in, and it'll
Okay.
tell you what bird it is.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
then you could reply and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's a da da da."
Yeah, he would be very impressed.
Yeah. So one of the things that birders do is they have life lists or like year lists where they have certain goals they want to go see. It's like a bingo card for birders.
For sure.
So in this game, you have a little scorecard, or you can use the app. We have an app that does the scoring for you too. And you're going through and you're trying to see and record the best, the most birds, the most rare birds, value birds, to have the best life list for that year.
Okay.
So it's a little bit like a trick-taking game, a little bit like a flip and fill. We deal out the whole deck to everybody.
Okay.
Everybody plays simultaneously. I'm gonna pretend hand, right?
Yeah.
And then we all reveal, hopefully this works. It did, okay, a little bit. So I went to the forest and saw this spotted towhee. You went to the mountains and saw this mountain chickadee. This invisible player also went to the mountains and sees a mountain towhee.
I've always thought that invisible player would like to follow me.
Yeah, we'll say for purposes it was this one. So because you're both in the mountains, because they tagged along, right?
Yeah.
You both see these birds.
Okay.
So you would score the egg and this, right?
Nice.
So you kind of want to work together,
Yeah,
but you're
interesting.
still competing.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to see where the crowd is going to try and anticipate and like hope to sync up, but at the same time you don't want to like give them rare birds.
Yeah.
Because what will happen now is on the next round, we'll travel again. I'm going to be a little bit more strategic. I'll be like, wow, I want to go out and see these, you know? I want to get those on my list. So I will make sure I go to the mountains, right? And you're like, wow, I really want to go there, see this forest bird, this wood's like whatever. And then maybe, this is obviously not how you play.
You don't shuffle through for the cards
you want? Yeah, not the entire deck, yeah. Like, oh, I'm going to play this one. Here, you have the deck. What do you want to play? I'm like, racing. There it is. Oh, that's not even where I was going. My goodness. Here we go. So then, like, we'd all reveal, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the mountains, and I would try and see
So now you score
these
all
trees.
three?
Yes, normally,
Okay.
but this person played a raptor, which is a bird of prey in
Yeah.
the mountains that hunts these birds. So these birds in the center that are in the mountain are like, yo, we're out. We're not going to play that.
Oh, interesting.
And so now I'm in the mountains hoping to have seen those. They're gone.
Ah, bummer.
Yeah. So
All
this
right,
player
that's interesting.
denied me
Yeah.
those scores, right?
Okay.
And there's some rare birds. The rarity of the birds is different, so there's more copies of certain, right? So it's a
Cool.
really interesting game. It has a vibe of like spades.
Yeah.
Or hearts.
Yeah, it feels like a classic card game, but with like beautiful art and.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like, because you're competing and then you're filling out a scorecard, there's no game just like it. So that's why I'm always like, it's a trick-taking game with a flip and fill with like a Ouija board thing going on. So yeah.
Well, it takes. I think at this point, there's a lot of games coming out, so it takes like combining mechanisms to make something original.
Well, and it's this came out actually 7 years ago.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right.
This design was out before Wingspan. Actually,
Okay.
Elizabeth Hardgrave played this. Elizabeth and I are friends.
Nice.
She was at an unpub and she was getting play tests of Wingspan. It was still in development.
Oh wow.
And I played Wingspan and she was like, "Do you have a game you want to play?" And I was like, "Oh, I've got to review this bird game." So we played this game. So
Nice.
yeah, it's the original bird game, you know. But
awesome.
yeah.
Well, come check out Snowbright Studios, Birds of a Feather. What's your booth number?
We are 937. We are directly below the 900 sign here at Origins this year.
All right,
So,
come
yeah.
check them out. Thanks for taking the time, T.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, it's Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming. I am here with my buddy Adam at XYZ Games in booth 844. And you guys are showing off something really interesting. I mean, monster trucks.
Yes.
And dice that are monster truck tires. This is that you actually roll.
You actually roll monster truck tires to play this game. These are the monster tire dice. The ones that we have here. I'm sorry, man. The ones that we have here.
There's a real demo going on here. We're
Yeah.
interrupting them.
Yeah. The ones we actually have here for to display. These are actually not even the final size. The real ones that'll be in the game are 66 millimeter. They're huge.
Oh,
dice.
that's tremendous.
They're tremendous. And they're the same dimensions as a monster truck tire, which is a 66-inch tire. This is down to a 66 millimeter die.
Oh, that's funny.
And that was the secret. We tested a bunch of different versions to make sure that they rolled, they felt good, and they didn't fall over too easily. And the secret was you just make them like a real monster truck tire, and there you go.
There you go. You rolled a 4 with no special things on it.
Yeah.
How does this game play besides the cool gimmick, or just cool
Well,
die?
right.
I mean, it's a gimmick, but it's a really cool gimmick that really rolls. How many sides are on the die?
It's an 8-sided die.
It's an 8-sided die.
So these die you use during the roll phase of Bigfoot Roll and Smash.
Okay.
So what you do is you roll the tire dice, and then they're going to give you points. Those points you're going to use to program your run through the modular monster arena. Now the arena that we have here in front of us, this gets built by the players at the beginning of the game. 4 pieces go down, and then they put out the obstacles, so they decide what is my arena configuration going to look like.
That's neat.
Am I going for a big jump? Am I going for car crushes? Am I going to go running through the mud? What kind of game do you want to play for that match? Then the game's going to have 2 runs. They're going to run through the arena once, score up their points. Then we're going to change turn order because there's an advantage for last player here that you can see the best line through the arena. So in that second phase, we're going to add more obstacles so that your scores get even bigger. And you use the monster tire dice, you roll them, they give you points. You use those points for planning tiles that you're going to plan your run for your truck. The symbols on here are going to be style cards that you can get cards that are going to make your run even better. So I have Bigfoot Racer here in front of me. This is their modern engineering marvel.
Oh, wow.
Back of each player board has the real truck, along with some facts about that truck, a little story about who they are.
So, and just to be clear, we're talking about this is an IP game.
This is an IP game.
Bigfoot is a trademarked thing, and you went out and you said, hey, we want to make a game about your cool cars that you have. The original Bigfoot, the huge, the crazy one. The one right now is like, isn't it like 30 feet tall?
Yeah, so Bigfoot number 5 is on 10 feet tall tires.
Oh,
this thing's like 17 feet in the air when all is said and done.
That's so cool.
That actually is included in the game with our expansion. So the game is pre-order right now. You can go to BigfootRollSmash.com. You can pre-order the game you see here. It's gonna be the game's $40, but during the pre-order window, it's only $29.99.
Get out of here!
We're selling this for
You're selling this.
We're
with
selling
all this
this
plastic.
Yeah.
With all these dice, these
Yes.
crazy dice, for $29.99.
4 different minis in 4 different colors, double-sided player boards, giant monster tire dice that are painted, molded custom board, and a bunch of obstacles. Yeah. And you get a dry erase scoreboard that we don't have here today. I have an example of it here.
You know, if Stronghold did this back in the day, this would be at least a $60 game, and I'm not kidding you, man.
Everyone's going to come with a giant scoreboard so you can track your scores as you play. Yeah, we did this because XYZ Game Labs, our motto is invent new gamers. That's what we are in the business to do.
That is a very great motto. That's a very cool idea. I've always said that the thing we have to do the most in this industry is be more inclusive.
Absolutely.
And inclusive means a lot of things, but what it also means is finding new gamers in different market segments.
Absolutely.
There's so many underserved portions of the population that we can reach out to. You're reaching out to people who dig monster trucks and want to play with
truck
cool
fans,
minis.
motorsports fans, programming fans, and really what we did with all the trucks too is these trucks have so much personality, right? So each one here in our game is really injected with the personality of that truck over the years. You know, Snakebite, there's been 10 different versions of Snakebite, and we embodied them into this version of Snakebite that's in our game. We've got Fast Tracks, a van tank hybrid that they actually had. You can see it here on the back of the player board. There's a picture.
It's a tank. It's a tank. It's a van tank. And you can play with this thing in the game.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So not only do we have all of this production value, and we've got the low price, and we're talking to an audience that maybe is underserved, or a theme that we never see in board games, but we're also doing, this is also a real programming game. This is, you're planning 7 steps for your run.
Cool.
You've got to spend the points. Your truck does not stop until your run ends, or you use one of the rollover cards to roll over on your run.
Boom.
Exactly. So yeah, it's a real programming game. It's got all the crunchiness that you would expect from programming.
There's the tank over there. He's actually playing with the tank.
There, the tank's right there, yeah.
This is just awesome.
Yeah.
Adam, thank you so much for spending some time with me.
Absolutely.
This is really great.
Thank you.
You guys have got to come over to see XYZ Games in booth 844. Say hello to Adam. He's passionate. He's the president of the company.
CEO of XYZ Game Labs.
CEO.
And as a child, I was a giant Monster Truck fan. We've got pictures of me at 8 years old sitting in the cab of Bigfoot.
And he's got pictures of himself at 8 years old here that you can check out.
No, not here.
Not here. But anyway, thank you all so much for listening and watching us. I'm Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming. We'll see you again for Origins TV. Thanks.
Hey folks, Chubby Meeple coming to you live from Origins 2022. I'm on the floor. I'm here with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Connor McGoey of Inside Up Games. I think it's back here somewhere. Connor is here.
I'm
You're
here.
Awesome.
I know. It's been 2 years.
A lot of stuff going on. I know you've had a lot of stuff come out over the pandemic and all that stuff. So just wanted to stop by and chat and catch up. And
he knows because he reviews a lot of them, which is why I love him so much.
I do. Connor's the man. Connor's the man. His whole team is awesome. Inside Up is awesome. If you've not checked out their games, highly recommend it. I'm pumping you up before you've even said a word.
I love
it. So tell the folks at home at Origins what you've got going on here at the show that they can come by and check out.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're trying to demo everything we have available, obviously. So Summit's still doing really well for us, thanks to the latest shout outs.
Yes.
But then we also had City Builder, a tile laying game. We had Seven Souls, a card drafting game, and we had Quick and the Undead, a push your luck dice game, all come out during what was the pandemic, which we didn't really plan for. So those are kind of having their new release here at Origins. We have some of our old titles as well to try out. And then we have a little demo of Block and Key, which is on the boats right now coming from China. And we have just a preview of Earth, which did really well for us earlier this year.
Yeah, Earth was a great Kickstarter. And just for those that don't know, Quick and the Undead, Seven Souls. I don't think I did City Builder, but Quick and the Undead and Seven Souls, there are still videos of those on my channel. People can check those out. Now, it's all prototype components during the Kickstarter, but
we'll send you a City Builder
then. I can do that, absolutely. I'll get it up for you. So, but yeah, so you've got a lot of things going on. I see a lot of demo tables set up here. You are, what is your booth number here?
1312.
1312. So there's a lot of stuff set up here. Gorus is out. If you've not played Gorus, come play it. If you love trick taking, it is the trick taking game. I love it. It's fantastic. And then my understanding, Sea Change here, it is basically a rethemed Gorus.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, so we did Gorus and it came out to love, especially at Origins. It went nuts at Origins. And retailers loved it, but the issue they had was selling it to families because of the cartoon gore. So they asked me to do a retheme, something easier to sell to a family. So we did Sea Change, which is environmentally friendly. Of course, you got all your beautiful sea creatures, then you have some invasive species and some plastic, which you don't want.
Correct.
And then we donate some of the proceeds of those sales to companies cleaning up the oceans.
Awesome. Now, I know Quantra did your art, correct, for Gorus?
That's right, he did.
Did he also do the art for Sea Change?
He did not. No, actually, the same gentleman who did the art for Seven Souls, a guy named Reese Apgwin, he did the art for Sea Change.
Fantastic, because it looks gorgeous. I love the artwork, and it's very similar to the Gorus style, which is very cool.
Thank you.
But yes, quick interview. I love these things. Stop by 1312, and if people are watching this on my channel after Origins, where can they find you? Inside Up Games.
Everything Inside Up Games. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
InsideUpGames.com.
InsideUpGames.com.
Awesome, fantastic. Well, thanks, Connor. Appreciate taking the time. I'll let you get back to finish setting up before the crowd hits. And as always, keep gaming, friends.
Hey, it's Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming, again here at Origins TV. Oh, with one of my newest besties. I talk about a lot of people I've known forever here, but you and I only met in person
2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Was it at the Gathering of Friends? The first time we met?
I think it was the second time, but the first, I think those were.
Was like,
I think those were like paths crossing briefly.
But I really love the work that you do.
Oh, thank you.
And you do it for a few different companies. But in this case, right, we're talking about Portal Games and their latest release, Batman: Everybody Lies. Now you and I had the opportunity, the pleasure of playing this together at the Gathering of Friends, which was epically cool. So much fun. And where you get to play, not Batman, of course, but you're playing these other people.
Yep.
Tell us about this game and who you get to play and why that is so cool.
Yeah, so this is the latest and greatest from Portal Games. It is in the series of detective games that we have.
So yeah, you don't play as Batman himself. You actually get hired, or you get recruited by Jim Gordon to kind of go into like the dark parts of Gotham City, something outside of Gotham City PD's reach, where you're going in and looking into maybe some shady cases or shady things that
Are there any
happening.
light places of Gotham City? It's a pretty dark
It's
place.
just, yeah, just the color palette's not that bright. So I think, in general, it's a dark place.
It's a dark place.
So there's 4 characters you can play. There's Harvey Bullock. He is like the hardened detective, know-it-all. Then there's Vicky Vale. She's like the passionate new journalist. Like she's getting her nose in everything. Like really wants to like look into everything. And then there's the opposite of that, Warren Spacey, who also a veteran journalist and kind of, yeah, I've seen it all. And lastly,
and of course,
the Catwoman herself, Selena Kyle.
and who played Catwoman, Selena Kyle, when we played? Of course, and of course, I had a role play Catwoman.
We need an impression.
You want me to do an impression?
Yeah. There was lots of meow.
Meow. I'm not sure we should do that. Meow. It was so much fun. The mechanics of this, tell us about it. This is a real story-driven game.
Yes.
It's all about the story. You're solving cases that you will get an envelope, the case will come out of it, and then it'll unfold. Tell us how this all works.
Yeah, so there's 4 cases. There's 1 prologue, 3 cases. The prologue kind of gets you set up. So if you've never played a detective game before and you have no idea how to play, you just dive right into the prologue and it kind of guides you through the process of how you play. So what it does, it gives you the story, the initial case, what you're looking into. It is, like you said, very story-driven. And it gives you your personal goals as well. So not only is this a cooperative game, you also have your own personal goals and your own personal things you're trying to solve as the main case is happening. So you get the initial case, it gives you leads. So each case comes with their own leads, with stories. And so as you start uncovering and putting the pieces together of the crime, you get more and more leads. However, you can't look through them all. You don't have the time.
You do not have the time to go to every location, to look through every lead. You got to pick and choose based on your feel, your gut feel as a detective.
And it's really all about reading between the lines, like inferring what some things might mean. So it really goes to the heart of detective. You are the detective and your decisions are incredibly meaningful. So what you decide to look into is going to impact the path of your story.
And you kind of spending time to do all of these things.
Yep.
And if you can do the whole thing in 10 turns, 10 time units, you've done really well.
Yep.
11 to 13, and I think when we did it, we might have been in the red.
I think we're like 15, 16.
I mean, we were like off the chart here. And we got 3/4 of it right, but we didn't do it all. Actually, you knew it.
I'd let you guys take the wheel on this one.
We blew it. We did. We blew it. But
so each case, actually, you don't always start at 1. So depending on what your case is, you're given a certain amount of time to figure it out. So as you go and uncover leads and gather evidence, your time ticks down. So if you can do it quick, if you get within the green, the 9-10, you're looking pretty mid. Like you're living up to the Batman standards. But as it goes down, maybe you should work on your investigation skills.
Be a better detective. And I really love the fact you have a map of Gotham City here with all the locations. They're all mentioned in here, and you can pick and choose. Like, I want to go here because it's close to like the last thing that we've talked about here. Maybe the crime, went there. The criminal went there. The investigation needs to go to there.
What are you doing in that part of the city? Huh? What are you doing? Maybe we should go over there and check it out.
Exactly.
There's also this really cool scene deck. It gives you a lot of flavor. It gives you visual, so it kind of looks like a comic book style itself.
Oh, it's so cool. I mean, literally, it's pages of a comic book. They won't be able to see this, but this looks like a dark comic book.
Yes, and that also gives you the little bit of flavor, and like it gives you the perspective of what your character is seeing and really like gives a face to a name. So that is fantastic. That's probably one of my favorite parts of this. So like I was saying, as you're going through the leads, you're collecting evidence. These evidence tokens allow you to further investigate. It shows that you hit like a checkpoint basically, and it opens up new avenues for you as you go. And you take your little blimp and you travel around the city. But also there's limitations with that because as you're diving deep, you're like, let's go visit Batman because he might have some information for me. You flip over the location, but in order to go see him again, it's going to cost you a little bit more. So you kind of want to delegate, who you're seeing, where you're visiting, and you don't want to get too close in one spot.
And it's really interesting. We're playing, like we said, Selena Kyle. We're playing Harvey Bullock. We're playing these other ancillary characters. Batman may show up, maybe he doesn't show up. you don't go see Batman per se. You go to the Bat Cave.
Yep.
You get there. Is he there? Is he not there? The computer might tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all these things that you're not going to realize until you take the action to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to unlock, you have to spend tokens to actually be able to get to these locations as well.
Yep, and that's where your individual characters come into play. So each character has their strength. So Warren Spacey here, I can't remember, he gets the Joker token. So if you spend your evidence tokens that you collect as you go through all of the different leads, you can spend those to get tokens that allow you to travel to different places. So each character has their own strengths and their own individual powers per se. But also with that, this is a 2 to 4 player game. If you don't play with 4 players, these characters are still involved with the game. You just don't get their main storyline as you go, but you still get to access their abilities. So you're never without those spaces as you're going.
Very cool. And I love the fact that besides them all being in there, other characters, NPCs will show up. I mentioned, Batman. I mean, maybe he'll show up, maybe he won't. But there's many more characters in the Batman universe that might appear in one of the places you go.
Just trickle in slowly, and like they use their real like formal names, and you're like, wait, is that who I think it is?
Wait, that's so and so. We can't mention names.
And it has, the story is very well written. It's very engaging, and it leaves you coming back for more. You're like, we got to keep going. I need to know more what happened here. So you keep talking to that person, but it's finding that balance between going too deep into something and expending all your resources, or maybe we should go somewhere else and come back to this later when we have a little bit more information. So there is a balance there between the drive of the story and the mechanics of the gameplay.
Really, really, it's just such an interesting idea. Do the scenarios, do they interlink? Is there something between between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3?
So the cases are individual, and the best way that I can describe it is like the early seasons of Law and Order, where each episode is its own case, but there's like little hints of
something that happened before.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that from a few episodes before, but it's not game changer, but you're like, I remember that.
Right.
So
right.
It does have a nice connection. It does have a great, but each individual is its own case that you need to solve.
Awesome. This is really great. Again, I played the honor of playing this with Danielle at the Gathering of Friends. We had such a good time doing it, and I told Ignacy he's got a hit on his hands. Ignacy Chevicek, my partner in crime for doing Board Games Insider podcast, and he said, you better go talk to Danielle.
And he did.
He's not here. He's back. He's back in Poland. But Danielle, thank you so much for talking to me about this.
Yeah.
This fantastic game. This is available right now.
Right now.
In retail, so you can go check out Batman, Everybody Lies. I'm Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming for OriginsTV. See you again soon.
Hello out there, Origins. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm joined right now by Robert Geisinger from Arcane Wonders.
The funniest guy on camera right now.
Yeah, that's why he wants you to believe that. He'll go to his grave saying that, but only one of us gets paid.
One of us is going to go to our grave very soon.
Well, first of all, I heard that it's your guys' 10-year anniversry coming up here.
This is the 10th anniversary of Arcane Wonders.
Man, that's pretty exciting.
As it used to be called, the Mage Wars Company.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. You made it this long. It's not easy to make it in any industry
We're still here.
for that long. Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you specifically about is you've done a really good job, both as a company and you individually, of finding sort of these hidden gems from other countries and bringing them here. You have a game from South Korea, you have a game from a couple games from Russia, you have some games. How do you go about finding some of these games?
So part of it is just looking for them, and part of it is we have a good working relationship with a lot of our partners that they come to us and they're like, hey, we've got this game. You interested? And I take a look at it and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I see something like Picture Perfect and immediately I'm like, yep, I want it. So it's a lot of it's just fostering those relationships, but there is a degree of boots on the ground. So when we do Essen, I spend a lot of my time there looking at games, playing games that are only getting released in Europe or other places to see, well, are they hot? Are they games that people in the US or in English markets are going to be like, I have to have this? Like, such as Furnace. Furnace was a game that wasn't originally released in the English, the US, and we immediately saw it. We saw something special in it. So,
What do you think makes that a game special? Is there anything like, is there a checklist, or is it just kind of this emotional feeling you get when you see a game?
Magic smoke.
Yeah? All right.
I say it all the time. People are like, so what is the magic secret sauce? I'm like,
yeah.
There is no secret sauce. You have a
Yeah.
good game, you have a good price point,
yeah.
and it just hits at the right moment.
Yeah.
Now, there are some games that are just so good that they rise no matter when they're released, but sometimes it's timing too.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have tried to release the hot new party game.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would have been a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you were already in production of a hot new party game,
yeah.
it's a little late to pull back on that. So
Yeah.
it's not an easy question to answer.
No, I'm
honestly.
sure. Yeah. All I heard is magic smoke. So
Magic
drugs.
smoke.
Drugs help.
No.
Come on. Jokes here. I'm adding jokes to the interview.
We're a family-friendly
yes,
company.
yes. That's me, not him. He didn't endorse that. Just me. Do you have any like personal favorites of you? Like, I've played a lot of your games. I like a lot of your
Personals
games.
of my game?
Yeah, like I love Furnace. I love Picture Perfect. I've loved a ton of games that you guys have put out. What about you as a person? Like, you're a person with taste as well, you know?
I can taste things.
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite game to taste.
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yes,
No.
it is.
No.
For sure.
So right now, Picture Perfect is
Yeah.
really high on my list. It's my personal, I call it my baby in the company.
Nice.
Because it's a game that I'm the first person that looked at in our company. In fact, I'm the only person that looked at it before we released it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And I saw just something magical in it immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
That I had to have it without going through the whole process of the whole company looking at it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's because it's just, I love dioramas.
Yeah, this is Picture
This is a
Perfect
large
right here.
diorama.
Yes.
But I'm obsessed with mini things and dioramas, and so having this experience
Yeah.
is just so magical to me. So that one, Foundations of Rome, obviously.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That is a game that I have personally, in our library, played over 100 times, and I still love playing it
Nice.
every time.
Yeah.
So that one, and then Smartphone Inc. is always going to have a special place. It's a game I loved even before I came here.
All right.
I believe it was back when I did Dice Tower reviews.
Yeah.
I believe it was the first time I ever gave a 10 to a game.
Oh, wow.
With Smartphone Inc. And that is before I worked here.
Yeah, and you are a curmudgeon. So
I think I gave a game a 1 the week before. So
yeah. So that's high praise
But
coming
honestly,
from Robert.
I love all of our games. I mean, that's the reason why. Like part of why I came here is I wanted to only publish games that I believed in.
Yeah.
Not games that I was like, well, maybe that'll be okay. I wanted
Yeah,
games
yeah.
that I would get excited playing.
That's awesome.
Which means my staff gets excited playing it. And then gamers get excited playing it with us. And those are the type of games that I really want these days.
Yeah.
So obviously I love them all, but those are my two current, like,
Cool.
at top of the
Yeah.
Furnace, of course, is just Furnace. I love it. It's
Yeah.
simplistic nature. But I'm really excited about its upcoming expansion.
Cool.
So
Yeah, and you have some games here in front of us. Can you tell us
I
about?
do. These are the games that we released here at Origins.
Awesome.
So I released here. Why don't you?
Yes.
Here.
Oh, I get to feel very fancy
Not
now.
only did I do so.
There's a marble in his mouth? I didn't even
there
notice
is.
that.
There is.
Look at that. Robert's fancy.
So not only did I do one expansion for Picture Perfect, I released 2
Ooh,
at the same time.
nice.
So the Movie Star expansion brings some film stars you might recognize from the classic screen to the party. Guests obviously want to talk to them. They want to have a photo with them. And then Pickpocket, which brings thieves to the party.
Okay.
So we're going to put valuables in those envelopes as well, and we're going to try to put our thieves in place to steal.
Okay.
But like any good heist, you got to be quick.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
at the end of the round, or the end of the game, you're putting your thieves in place where you think they are. Whoever locks them in first flips over a sand timer, and that's it. Everyone's got to get it done.
Man.
If you don't get it done in time, you don't get your thieves in place, you don't get to place any of your thieves.
Okay.
So you got to be quick.
Yeah.
You got to be quick to pickpocket someone.
Yeah.
So it's that urgency. So we released these, and I think I've told you this, that we have another expansion coming at Gen Con for this with Sherlock, where we're actually going to be at a funeral doing a murder mystery.
Okay, fun.
So we got those.
So a lot of thematic elements added to it as well.
The first expansion, but standalone expansion for Air, Land, and Sea, Spies, Lies, and Supplies. This is going to bring in the intelligence, the diplomacy, and the economics theaters, bring in supply lines.
And one of the things I like too is you can play this by itself, or you can mix and match it with the original Air, Land, and Sea.
Or you can do a 4-player game.
Oh, yeah,
or you
yeah.
can do a 5-theater epic battle.
Yeah, yeah.
And this, of course, will come out for the Critters version as flies.
Oh, fun.
Bring in some flies, because flies are shady.
Yeah. Always.
You ever trust a fly?
No, never.
And then, of course, mobile markets finally on the ground in the U.S. The follow-up to Smartphone Inc.
Yeah.
A different game, but in that familiar universe.
But also, it's not an expansion, right? It is
Not
a
an
separate
expansion.
game.
So
yeah.
where Smartphone Inc. is more area control, this is more engine building.
Okay.
This is, we got to sell directly to consumers, put the phones together. We've got to do marketing and technology that allows us to build an engine to effectively sell to the consumer.
Nice.
So a much different game, a more streamlined game,
Yeah.
but a deeper game.
Okay.
A heavier game, but plays quicker.
Awesome.
Which I
I
like.
love all of those things you just said.
Obviously.
Deeper and quicker? That's the best combination.
Finally, with Mortem, finally coming to the U.S. as well.
Yeah.
This was the game we released at Essen. Now, this is a narrative campaign cooperative game.
All right.
There's no rule book in this box, Grant.
Oh, I love that. You can just get into it.
And you walked home, and you open the box, you just start playing.
And I would be like, it would hard for me to be even open the box because I love this cover so much. I wouldn't make it into the game. I would just be staring at this so off because it's one of the best covers I've ever seen.
But,
yeah.
So it is you open the first case, you start playing.
That's
It
awesome.
It shares a lot of DNA with things like Chronicles of Crime and Detective, but it also shares some DNA with things like the exit games, where we're going to be building out the world and things with the cards.
Yeah.
And it's going to tell us. But then a lot of things with like Gloomhaven and Folklore, where we're playing a narrative adventure cooperatively.
Yeah,
We've got to do it in an amount of time and then figure out, did we learn enough information to go to the next case? Or should we go back and further explore the world and try to learn more?
Cool.
So the first case is going to take you about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
The second 2 cases are about 3 to 4 hours each.
Oh,
you've
wow.
got
So there's a lot of gameplay,
here.
yeah.
But you know, 4 hours is a lot sometimes. You can pause the game, take the cards as you've built out the sandbox.
Yeah.
Pause the game, come back. But like
Nice.
a good RPG, you can always go back to it and do the side things that you didn't do the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time through. So you've got such an immersive sandbox that once it's building, do whatever you want.
Cool.
Do you want to go to the end and talk to
Yeah.
people? Or do
Yeah.
you want to go in, fists out, smash the place in?
Boy.
You might get more info,
yeah.
but you might never be allowed there again.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say, violence is never the answer except when it's in a game. All right, that's what I want to do. I want to smash some stuff up. Uh-oh, what's about to happen? Oh, again, fancy. Thanks for taking the time, dude. Appreciate it.
too,
Nice to hear about your games. Congrats on the 10-year anniversary. Keep
Thank
it
you.
up. All right, later, everybody.
Hey, Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming, and I'm here with some really good friends of mine from Lucky Duck Games, Gnarly Carly Reinhardt, and Bree Goldman. These people are just amazing, and they're doing phenomenally great games. So we're gonna start on this side, and Bree, what are you guys promoting at the show here?
So we have 2 new releases at the show. We have Pocket Detective and Sherlock Case Connection.
Oh, and here they come out. Here they come.
So we've got Sherlock Case Connection, which is a competitive puzzle game for 2 to 4 players, and Pocket Detective, which is 3 cases in each in a deck of cards. So you've got 3 decks of cards. Each one has all of the instructions right in the cards at the top of the deck. And both of these are not app supported, or not app driven.
Right.
Exactly. So this one is actually completely puzzle based. So you have a plot card, and you're connecting other cards to it using proof tokens, but there's no actual story that is a plot for you to solve. It's just puzzles that you're fitting cards together with tokens to solve the case visually.
Sort of an escape room style thing, kind of.
Could be in that. Could be more in
Okay.
that vein. Yes.
Okay.
Whereas this one is actually a story in each of the 3 cases, in a deck of cards.
Very cool. And this obviously based on the IP, Sherlock, public domain, but these guys did the show. Phenomenal show if you haven't seen it. So,
Yep. So this is in a partnership with the BBC.
Awesome.
And all I can say is that we do have another game.
Awesome
in the works
looking. Oh, cool.
with this IP. That's all I can say.
Maybe that's a scoop or something like that. Anything else you want to mention? You got a bunch of things on this side. My goodness. This company's putting out some good product.
Bring them all over. But,
Right.
But we do have 3 other games that we are promoting right now. King of 12, which is one of my very favorites.
Ooh, is that like a trick-taking card game?
It looks like a trick-taking game when you're playing it, but you're actually just playing cards that are identical in your hand to your opponent's. And sometimes when you play a card and your opponents play the same card, they're going to cancel each other.
All right.
And you each have a die, it's a 12-sided die in front of you, and you're competing to have the highest number at the end of each turn. But anytime anything matches, whether it's your die number, your cards, even your points, they're going to cancel.
Are all of these games available right now here?
They are all available at
that's
the
awesome.
show. They're either on our website or soon to be on our website, and they're all available at retail.
Well, that's really good. So a lot of companies here, as we've been talking to them, they don't have product even here. They have like a Kickstarter going on now, or they're about to fulfill it. But you guys have got a big product line ready to be purchased here, and a lot of new stuff here too.
So this is one of my favorite things that we have available right now. So this box contains 6 X trays.
Oh,
These are our line of component trays that we make in partnership with Game Trays.
Nice.
So in a box, you get 6 of them. You get 3 that are split in half like this, and 3 that are not split like this, and 6 lids. And then the lids snap on. You get that satisfying snap.
It has a snap, and then you put it right in your box or on your shelf, if whatever
or
you're
on
going
the table.
Right,
And
exactly.
the lids don't come off unless you want them to.
Nice.
When the lid is on, the 2 sides don't mix. So if you've got stuff that you want to keep separate, you don't need to worry about that.
They've thought of everything here.
6 X trays in a box for $15.
Oh, that's great. That is a
And they
great
come
price
in
point.
Orange, black, or white.
It's a combination of a storage solution / a bling. Because
Exactly.
boom, you put them on your table.
Exactly.
Various colors, or just these 2?
Black, white, and orange.
Look at this. Wow, awesome.
We also have a show special bundle, one box of each color for $40.
Very, very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bree. I'm going to go over here to Gnarly Carly. Hello. Oh, my goodness. You're like awesome. You're just awesome. You just like exude awesome. She took my very special guest of honor place at Kubla Khan this year, so I think we're like frenemies now.
Yours. They offered it to me. No. That was how we initially met, though. You were introduced to me when you heard that I got it instead.
That's right. That is right. So tell me, what are you doing at Destinies? This looks so interesting.
Yeah, so Lucky Duck Games, one of the things we're known for is our digital hybrid games, our app-supported games. And we were very committed to not only supporting them and like continually maintaining them, but also like supporting like our robust community.
Right.
And one of the ways we have done so, especially with Destinies, which is an app-based game, is essentially we have just released the Destinies Community Editor, which allows people to craft their own scenarios.
Oh, that's neat.
And put them straight into the Destinies app, and anyone in the world can play them.
Oh,
and
cool.
so one of the things I'm showcasing here is how to build a scenario in the editor. It's not a difficult thing to do, but we prepared guides to get people started. But also I'm featuring our scenario writing competition. We have committed $5,000 towards cash prizes.
You can make $5,000 in this?
So $2,500 for the first place prize. You're hiding them from other people.
That's right. I'm going to write them all. I'm winning.
I look forward to your entry. But yeah, so now between now and October 1st, any uploaded scenarios will be that meet our eligibility requirements will be eligible for cash prizes. Really, what this is about is supporting a community of creators that we have and the people who are passionate about our games. And Destinies has been one that has a really, really strong community backing.
That's awesome.
And people who are already interested in doing this. And so to finally be able to bring it to them and then also support it in a meaningful way is really special. And my whole job, I'm actually new to Lucky Duck, relatively so.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole job has really been centered about supporting that community. And so my full-time position just like speaks to it. And the writing contest is the start of a long line of efforts to really engage that
That's
community.
cool. And it looks really beautiful. And who doesn't like a good flow chart here?
Yeah, well, so
in gaming.
I was showing people how you can construct a Destiny scenario, because you always have 3 players that are competing for basically different Destiny pathways. And so putting it together, and I had other people from Origins basically give me ideas, and I showed them immediately how to do them.
This is right here is your cheat sheet to $5,000 prize. Epic.
second, and third place all at once.
Unbelievable, right here. So this is awesome.
Yeah.
And this is going on right now?
Yeah, so between now and October 1st, any scenarios, but I'll also be like supporting people along the way. I'm gonna be doing live streams, showing people how to craft these things. And so yeah, so between now and October 1st.
That is really cool. You guys, you've got to stop by the Lucky Duck booth. They've got an amazing lineup of games here. They've got Destinies over here. You get to meet Gnarly Carly, an unbelievable person. So come by. What is booth number here? I keep forgetting. Is it
1214. Yep.
1214. Come to booth 1214, Lucky Duck Games. Check out what they've got going on here. Win $5,000 maybe. This is Stephen Buonocore, the Podfather of Gaming for Origins TV. We'll see you next time. I'm here with Charlie Chaplin at the Arcane Wonders booth. Charlie, what's up? Of course he doesn't talk. We know Charlie Chaplin doesn't talk. Look, it's Marlena Dietrich. Marlena, turn around. Let's have a chat. Marlena. I'm not important enough for Marlena Dietrich to talk to me. I'm here, Arcane Wonders. Check out Picture Perfect. Great deduction game.
Plan, build, and manage a modern zoo. Using scientific principles, you'll create enclosures to house animals from all over the world while supporting conservation efforts to ensure their survival in the wild. Welcome to Ark Nova. Ark Nova is a strategy game for 1 to 4 players that lets you run a zoo however you see fit. Utilizing a brilliant action selection system, Ark Nova forces you to balance the strength of your actions with careful timing. Upgrading your actions introduces even more to consider and additional ways to customize your playstyle. 8 different map layouts allow for varied play, allowing you to build your zoo however you'd like. Partner with zoos and universities from around the world in order to bring in exotic species and deepen your understanding of them. Contribute to conservation projects to ensure the survival of animal habitats. With over 250 cards included, every game you play will be a new experience. And with over 125 animal cards, every zoo you create will be as wonderful and varied as the animals themselves. Join the fun and play Ark Nova today.
Your favorite escape room game now transports you to an iconic fantasy realm. Middle-earth is in grave danger. Frodo and the Fellowship need your help. Join them as they journey to Mordor on a quest to destroy the One Ring, decipher riddles, carry out Gandalf's secret assignments, and buy the hobbits enough time to reach Mount Doom. The adventure that awaits you will be one for the ages. In Exit, The Lord of the Rings, Shadows over Middle-earth. A Cosmos game from Thames and Cosmos.
Bee Zelda here, and we are back at the exhibit hall. And this time, let me tell you, I have a fantastic camera person who is going to not only show you all of the awesome content, but me as well. So we last left off and we were looking at Arcane Wonders. They are an incredible booth with so many cool games, but we are going to continue our tour, and let's take a look at Forge Foam. You can grab their name and take a look at all of the cool stuff. They make custom weapons. I don't know if you've ever wanted to beat somebody with a foam sword. This is your chance to get some shields, some swords, and you could probably turn a sword into a projectile. All right, so let's take a look at over here. This is Charles Urbach, an incredible artist. Oh my goodness, actually, I've seen some of his work. Damn! Oh, that makes me really happy. How are you today? Ah, nice to meet you. I'm Bee.
I've seen your work with Gamma.
Yes! I love that. Because you did the art for the anthology, for the Author's Alcove. Ah! Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. And what booth number is this? Do we know?
632.
632. This is something that everybody needs to come look at, especially if you've picked up the Author's Anthology. It's a beautiful book. You gotta tell me what direction I gotta be in. But seriously, so much good content here. Oh my God, and there's mouse pads. And I never remember what these are called. Game pads, thank you. Oh, that's beautiful.
They bring the anthology books by. I'm happy to sign the covers.
Ooh.
There's an author's signing page in the book that the authors across the way can sign, and if they want to bring it over here, I'm happy to sign it for them too. So.
Heck yes. Well, we have signings by the artist himself, y'all. You need to come check this out. Thank you so much. You too. All right, so we are moving on down. This is around 6:26 and 7:24. We have Mind Clash. They're taking some time to set up everything for everybody. And everything here is just gorgeous. They have a really nice purple theme. And if purple isn't your favorite color, then you don't have a favorite color. So this is gorgeous. Definitely you need to check that out. That is booth 724. And then on the complete opposite side, we have a game called Distilled. This is chock full of so many gorgeous pieces of art, the cards, the tokens. There's a tiny barrel. Who doesn't want a tiny barrel? Oh my goodness. Ooh, I like that a lot. That is Distilled, a spirited strategy game that is perfect. They even have little shot glasses. Oh, that makes me so happy. And then right next to that booth, we have battle bosses. Oh, that's lovely. So these are, I'm getting a combination of, we have a couple of puzzles here, and there are just battle bosses. I'm so curious about who they are. We have a Mechabot. Well, I can't read that one. Alana. There is Nightmare. Captain Boat. Captain Boat. Captain Boat. That's a name. That's a name for sure. This booth has a lot of really gorgeous puzzles, though, so we're going to keep moving on. Okay. So, over here we have Crystal Castle, and this is a great place for all of your dice needs. There are so many great dice places, but you definitely want to check out some of this. Metal dice, resin dice, beautiful dice, because beautiful dice is their own category of itself. Oh my goodness. They have our classic bin of D6s. It's hard to not just want to stick your entire hand in there and shake them up.
How are you today? I'm having a good day. I'm having a Golden Graham day.
I love that. Is your That's beautiful. We're just admiring all these beautiful dice.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, what can you tell us about them?
Well, Crystal Cast, our company, has been in business about 25 years. And we have the notoriety of being the first company to manufacture dice made from stone and metal.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
That's cool.
you can't swing a dead cat and not see someone selling stone metal dice. We're unfortunately getting covered up from China, but we've got some. We were the original one, so it always helps when you're the first one out of the gate. We also, the OG. There you go. My daughters, I get that. I hear my daughters say that.
You got it right.
Yeah. We're also the company that does the commemorative set for some of the shows that we go to. So every attendee gets a coupon to get a free die that commemorates the show.
I love that.
And so regardless, no purchase necessary, you get your free die.
Yep.
If you want a set to go along with it, we offer those as well. So that's kind of our little niche.
Can you catch that? So this has it says Origins 2022. That's a beautiful font on a beautiful dice.
And it fits in this, it's a 7-piece set with an extra vacancy so that you can set that right down in there. Or if you want it in the Origins set, you can put it right in there like that.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And people collect them every year. We've been doing this since, I think, 2005.
Dang, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we're glad to be back showing shows again. Yeah, glad to be in the Buckeye State.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I need like a.
You coming by.
Absolutely, I need a pan of like at least all of these beautiful dice because like
Yeah, we're
purple
running out of
fluorite. Yeah, bloodstone, synthetic opal.
This set here offers our crystal shapes, which is what we show in our company logo. Yep, that's what got our company started. I patented some geometric shapes that had never been done before. And that's what launched our business.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And now we've incorporated some of those shapes into what we call a hybrid set, which uses some of the most popular crystal shapes combined with the traditional standard shapes.
Yes. I mean, everybody loves a good D20, but also anything that rolls nicely is
Yep.
beautiful.
Offers a really nice D3. It's a rarity. You don't.
I don't even own a D3. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Michael. All right. Let's see what else we can walk around and check out. So really quickly, if you don't know, Japanime Games is here. This is for your quality anime content. They have like so many anime games, so much anime content. If you are like me and you love everything anime, you have to check out Japanime Games. We're going to do a little peek because this is a massive booth and I want to show off at least some of the stuff they have. We've got Midara. I would like to pretend to know what it is and I don't, and I'm so disappointed because look at that art. The entire game setup is beautiful. All the character creations, there's even minis for them. Beautiful. How are you today? Good. We're just showing off everything that's cool here.
Yeah, welcome to Origins.
Thank you. We have Tokyo Sidekick here. This is a very busy game. I'm getting the vibes of like a deck builder or a deck combat game. Let me read the box really quickly. Team up to take on Tokyo. Ooh, maybe it's collaborative. Oh, that makes me so happy. Definitely not collaborative. 1 to 4 players, 45 to 60 minutes, ages 12 and up. Japanime Games just has so much good content. Here we've got some good magical girl stuff. That's my bread and butter. Anything magical girl based. Heart of Crown, Fairy Garden. And then of course, like any good anime place, they have game mats. Tanto Cuore, that's a really fun game that I've played before, and you have your whole mat set up. So hecking beautiful. Oh no, okay, we do have to stop and look at this. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop Space Serenade. Oh no, I might have to buy this game. I mean, if you love anime, you've absolutely seen Cowboy Bebop. Oh, this card is beautiful. They've got the characters. They've got the bad guys. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. We have some more game mats and play mats. And then Japanime Games will bring you right over into Paranoia. Paranoia is fun. Other games are not fun by Paranoia. That's a good tag. I like it. They have a lot of books, a lot of content to look at and explore. Oh my goodness. It is all quite nice. Oh, they have Sea of Thieves, the role-playing game. If you've played that game on your computer, you know it's fun and you know you need to play it with friends. What is a role-playing game? A game with friends. Oh, that is excellent. Let's do a little walkthrough and check out some more of their stuff. They have Dark Secrets, Robotech, Delta Green. Ooh, I played Delta Green before. Oh, I love that. Delta Green is like a game of agents. I don't think I survived very well, which definitely gives me Paranoia vibes. Oh, this is so beautiful. They have a massive library of content. Eureka, Creatures from Fairy Tale and Myth, Ragnarok, Core Rulebook. I mean, who doesn't want to play Ragnarok? And then if we come on the other side of the Paranoia booth, we are going to be introduced to Shadows of Esteren. Don't quote me on the pronunciation, but again, look at this beautiful library. Flash Gordon, Weird War 1, Deadlands. Ooh, we see some Pathfinder. Heck yes. We got some good stuff. Doomtown. Everybody loves Pathfinder content. They have some card games. Rise of the Drow Collector's Edition. Holy heck, y'all. This is worth checking out, even just to look at all the beautiful covers. All right, so right next to this booth where they have Esper Genesis, which is the coolest role-playing game, we have game tables for real life. This is Hickory Incorporated. You can check them out at CarolinaGameTables.com, and look at this. I don't want to get my little fingerprints all over it, but holy heck, it is lacquered, it is smooth, it is beautiful, it is modular. You can slide that down, hide all your game stuff. There are drink holders. There are these beautiful chairs that you could also put stuff in. The idea that I wouldn't have to have 500 of my game books out on a shelf and I could hide a couple of my stuff in my table, beautiful. Hide your stuff in your chairs, create a little bit of weight. That's so hecking nice. And if we move on down, this table has a really, really nice felt to it. So when you're slamming your dice down, you're not gonna break the dice or the table, which is excellent. How are you, Clint?
I'm fine. How are you?
Marvelous. We are just walking by and admiring all of these. What are these plates here for?
So these are all the different finish options we provide. All of our wood is actually Indonesian mahogany.
Cool.
It's farm raised, it's sustainable. Used a lot in case goods like tables and cabinets because it's actually a very pale variety. So we can finish it as light as like elm. All we need to do is have one wood that we sustain, but we can do all the finishes. And it doesn't change our price.
Oh my God, I love that. And I was reading what is the website one more time for us?
CarolinaGameTables.com.
Perfect. You heard it here, y'all. Check this out. Oh my goodness, it is so gorgeous. You can look at some of the finishes, get an idea, and honestly, just touch the felt. It is so smooth. Oh, that makes me happy. A commercial grade velveteen.
I had a person spill a latte in our table, blotted it up, and the fabric wasn't even wet underneath.
Oh my gosh.
The people we get it from, it's a proprietary protectant they put on it.
That is incredible. As I'm the rammy person that is constantly spilling drinks, I spill my coffee, I spill my wine. That is a really good selling point.
Yeah. It's our game table for real life philosophy that we have, which is that something's going to spill. May as well be prepared for it.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I think the last time I was playing games, I spilled salsa. So a table like this is absolutely going to be up your alley. Thank you. All right. So right next to game tables for real life, we are going to check out this wonderful t-shirt booth. Hi. And it is called Pegasus Publishing. You can check them out at pegasuspublishing.com. This is probably the best place for all of your t-shirt gaming needs. Oh my goodness, you have everything here, don't you?
We try.
Oh, I love it. You've got pretty good sizes. You have good sizes, you have embroidered bags. Oh my goodness, I love this.
Well, we've been here a long time and we've kind of figured out what people are looking for.
You even have goblets. I didn't know people needed goblets, but I need a goblet.
Yeah, that's a new thing for us. We just picked those up in the last couple of years. They've been very, very popular.
Again, I don't know who doesn't need a goblet. We're all drinking stuff. Why not drink it out of the coolest goblet? Oh my God! That is so smart.
And same thing with big old stein.
Oh no, I love that. Removable.
So you can wash it.
Oh, that's so good. And is the inside dishwasher friendly?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be stainless steel. That's perfect.
And this way you don't damage that.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so accommodating. Thank you.
I figured I'd show it if you're talking about it. Yes. Like that one doesn't come out, and these two don't come out.
Okay.
But the rest of them do.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Oh, I like that. And then next to Pegasus Publishing, we have Capstone Games. Capstone Games is a board game company. I believe they are most known for their Ark Nova. Ark Nova is a beautiful game. How are you doing today? Well, what can you tell me about Ark Nova?
So we can take a walk right over here.
Yes. Well, I see where you're taking us.
So, Arc Nova is a race game where you're competing to match your conservation efforts to the appeal of your zoo. When those two tracks cross, game ends. So making sure that you're being responsible and appealing. So you've got 5 different actions here. The 5 actions, their power is determined by where they are in the row. When you use one, it slides down and it resets to 1. So the power, the actions will grow depending on how you use them. On both sides, there's an upgradable ability which makes them more powerful when you upgrade them. There's several spots on the board where if you cover things, you can upgrade your cards. I love that. So as you go, there's going to be these cards here, which are conservation projects that you're sponsoring in other places in the world. You're releasing animals back into the wild. You're specializing in specific types of animals, things like that. And the game comes with a whole bunch of them that you can use as starting projects.
I love that.
Then you've got this massive deck of cards here.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The replayability is out of this world just because there's so much. I haven't seen every card yet. Oh my gosh. And I've played it half a dozen or more times.
I believe it.
So in here you've got animals, you've got sponsorships where you can hire experts or build an aquarium in your zoo or, you know, special assignments, things like that. A foreign institute. So in the game, that is what you're doing. You're getting these cards, you're building a tableau. There's some familiar things from things like Terraforming Mars, where you've got these tags on the cards, and those tags then become prerequisites for other cards, and you start building it. But there's so many things in this game that scream, hey, I'm a Euro, hey, I'm a Euro. You have to ignore those thoughts, because this is a race game. If you treat it like a Euro, the game will take 4 hours.
I was just going to ask you.
Everybody just goes. Friday or Wednesday night, we were able to play a game in under 100 minutes because we treated it like a race. When you start racing these tracks, the game starts to hum.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I can say is I've seen a lot of talk online, oh, our game took 3.5 hours. It doesn't have to if you play it like it's a race. Oftentimes, so some of these cards here will say, hey, there's 5 points, 4 points, 2 points. People will wait and try to build up to get to this 5. The people who start just taking 2 when they can get them, they'll start climbing up this track, which is a lot easier to do than getting these tickets here.
Good to know.
So it's a very interesting game. I am very excited that Capstone was able to pick it up.
Yes.
And this is even more impressive in that it's from a first-time designer.
Matthias Wiggle?
Yeah, Wig.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm doing my best.
You're fine. So this is his first design. But
incredible for a first game.
Yeah.
Holy heck. And this is published with Capstone Games. And for those who want to pick this up, are we familiar with the booth number here?
1112 1112.
Perfect. Well, you heard it here. Make sure you check this out because, oh my goodness, save the animals. This is Arc Nova, and you are not going to want to miss this game.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Josh.
Absolutely happy to help.
All right, so right across the Capstone booth is Smirk and Dagger Games. They also have Smirk and Laughter Games, which is just super, super cute. And they have a lot of really nice content. As soon as you step up to the booth, they have on display Woolly Mammoth, which is just adorable. How are you, Kurt?
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent. What can you tell us a little bit about some of your games?
Oh, gotcha. Well, so we love games that have something that makes you feel something at that table, right? Not engage you mentally, but connect with you right here as well.
Already to my soul.
Right, and so let me show you a peek of something. Come this way.
Oh no! It's cute!
So
You can't show me this, I love it.
So this is Boop, and right now it's a prototype. It's kind of a sneak peek. It's coming in August.
Okay.
But it is, even though it's super, super cute, it is a strategy game for 2 players, kind of an abstract strategy, almost like Shobu. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to line up kittens because they're jumping on the bed and bouncing other kittens off.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And But lining up is hard because every time you add a kitten to the bed, it bounces the other kittens away from them. So you have to kind of bounce them together. It's like herding cats. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So one more time, when will this game become available?
So August, September is our fingers crossed.
I understand everything's going to be a little bit stressful with distribution and whatnot. So August, September, that's not bad. Oh my goodness. And the company is Smirk and Laughter Games. Is that what you're called, or Smirk and Dagger?
Smirk and Dagger, but I was known so long for backstabbing games that we have a little sub-brand now.
I really like that. I like Smirk and Laughter because you showed me this. This is a very thinky game for two clever cats. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Kurt.
You are very welcome and enjoy the show.
Thank you. Oh, we might have to come back and get that game. All right, so moving down from Smirk and Dagger, we are going to stop at the infamous area where we can see all of the Funko Pops. Everybody loves a good Funko Pop. They have all of the cool ones, y'all. The things that you thought maybe you would never see. We've got the Steelers, Son of Zorn. Oh gosh, there's sports ones, which I don't know. We got Spock, Stretch Armstrong, Sentient Arm Morty, Tom Brady, Von Miller. So many good ones. They even have LeBron James if you play basketball, if you know basketball. Let's be real, if you even know it. This booth has a lot of really nice content. We've got CNC Games here, Rio Grande Games, DPH Games, so many more. So make sure you definitely check out this booth. This is booth 1126 with just like you want to look at everything. So many board games. And then right down the line from that booth, we see 9th level. How are you? Well, we're just doing a walkthrough to check out all the cool things. What can you tell me a little bit about some of the games here?
Sure, so we're 9th level and we publish board games and role-playing games. All the role-playing games that you see here on the table are designed for one-shot play, which means if you want to just sit down, play something fun, you can easily learn how to make a character and get playing super fast.
Hey, that is excellent. Oh my goodness. So we're seeing the very good Dogs of Chernobyl, and an anti-fascist space opera, Rebel Scum. That is awesome. The Tragedies Middle School, RPG story games and other strangeness. I'm a demo. Haha, that's cute. Oh, the Excellence. Oh my God. I'm familiar with this. Oh, it's so nice. Because the Excellence, aren't they a board game, or am I thinking of, oh gosh, this is either a comic book, graphic novel, or a board game that I'm familiar with.
I'm trying to remember what it is. I think this one's actually sort of based on... Oh, yeah. Hello! I don't know actually if there's a board game that's related to it, but in the Excellence you play as cartoon princesses. Oh my God. So you're sort of like an Adventure Time princess, or vibe is like Steven Universe, if you dig that. Any fantasy like that that you want to play out and tell stories about, you can play in this game. Okay. So you're the princess of something. You can be the princess of bubblegum, you can be the princess of video games, you can be the princess of dogs, whatever you love, that's your realm. And you and your princess friends go around solving problems in a cartoon world called Awesome World.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's coming back to me. I've played this tabletop game. Yes. I played it on Roll20 for a little ways back. It was so much fun. Yes. I played so many games, every now and then they blend. I'm like, where did I see you? No, it was a Roll20 spotlight. This game was so much fun. We had a lot of great guests. And like, you can play this online, you can play it in person. You need to check it out. And what is your booth number over here at 9th Level Games?
I believe it's 1132.
You got it. Y'all check out 1132. And before we leave, I want to scroll over and look at the Meeple Party. This was a game that I got to demo a little while ago. And first off, the meeples are cute. But the whole purpose of the game is you're roommates and you're throwing the best party. But let's be real, the party's not always going to go well. There's going to be problems. There's going to be arguments, and you have to utilize all of your social skills as your little personalities. Work together and host the best party. So make sure everybody comes by, checks out 9th Level. They have awesome stuff, and they have mystery bags. Who doesn't love a mystery? Thank you. All right, so we're now leaving 9th Level. And if we move down this hallway, we are going to find Savage Sparrow. I could read. Savage Sparrow Studios. How are you folks today?
Doing all right. How you doing?
We're pretty good. So you've got some gorgeous content here. We've got apparel, we've got pins, and oh no.
Yes, there's
fanny packs.
There's a fanny pack. You are correct.
So lovely. So what can you tell me about some of your content?
Mostly it's meme themes. Fun things to do, stuff like that, or driven from experiences. I've got 9 of our designs. I got a bunch more on our website, so people can come hit the QR code. I've got what I've got because we've been selling a bunch.
That's so good to hear, though. And for those who are interested in visiting your websites, what is it again?
SavageSparrow.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So from SavageSparrow.com, we move down the hallway, and at booth 1137, we see the infamous weapons. All of the weapons, the Master Sword, the masks. We've got, oh God, I can't remember, Tanjiro. Everybody knows what he's from. Excuse me, what is Tanjiro from again? I don't know. Crap, that's okay. I'm trying to show off my anime expertise, and it's failing me. Excuse me. Tanjiro, what is he from again?
Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer, yes, you got it. Okay, so the masks up there. We've got some Demon Slayer masks. We've got some Naruto masks. I think that's from the... That's the person talking in the background. We've got all the cool swords here, and we've got the fake gun props, all of it. So this is booth 1137. You definitely want to check that out. Look, everybody's buying weapons. Who doesn't want to buy weapons? That's so cute. And moving down from this, we see ourselves at Dragon Shield. Hi, folks. How are you today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Marvelous. What can you tell me about your booth?
Oh, well, we are Dragon Shield. We are card sleeves. We are the best card sleeves. No. Yeah. It's whatever you guys want.
Sell yourself as high as
we are based out of Denmark. And do you want to come look at what we have? Because we have some pre-releases, so it's like an exclusive look. So we have these 4 right here. These are our new baby dragon art sleeve line. They're really, really cute. We got Huey. We got Sparky. Shy is my favorite. Look at him. Look how shy he is. Just a shy little fella. We also have these exclusive sleeves that we're gonna run for future cons too of our dragon shields. And yeah, other things that we have is we have a Dragon Rider program. Can I tell you guys about that?
Yes, please.
Can I bring you over here?
Dragon Rider program. Also, please peep the little pride dragon because they're beautiful. Funfetti. Oh, we love Funfetti.
Our project for this convention. So here at Origins, once you buy something from Dragon Shield, we let you put your favorite color of our dual sleeves on the dragon. And we're gonna see at the end of the show what color everybody likes the most, you know?
I really like that. We're getting a bit of a blue theme already.
A little bit of, yeah.
Okay.
Blue, like the orchid. What's your favorite?
Purple.
Purple. Good color, good color. So we have...
Tell us about the Dragon Rider program.
Here, I'm gonna get on your side. Okay, let's switch.
No, come on my side. We're gonna do it together. There we go.
Hello. We just launched this recently. We have a web shop. I mean, first, we like you to promote and support your LGS, your local game shop.
Of course.
But if you can't, we have a web shop that if you sign up, you earn something called Dragon Dust, which is like our reward points.
I love that.
And you can earn things like this N95 mask.
Yes.
We have exclusive sleeves you can earn. So you just sign up on our website.
Heck yes, that's really lovely. And do you have to be a U.S. resident to acquire some of these perks?
You do, I believe, yes.
Okay, no, that's good to know. Thank you so much.
But we do love our international guests, of course. We are based out of Denmark.
I figured. So I'm like, you have to love them, you know?
Yes.
That's awesome. And one more time, if folks are interested in checking this out online, where could they find that?
Is it Dragon Shield, Tina? Just dragonshield.com. Dragonshield.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, one more time. Please look at Funfetti. We love Funfetti. Stop by, buy something, put a sticker on Funfetti, let everybody know how great they are. Thank you. All right, on the opposite side of Dragon Shield, we see, oh, I've seen all of these. This is Tea Turtle. Who hasn't seen Tea Turtle? They have a lot of the cutest t-shirts. They have cute plushes. They have cute games. They have cute pins. If you want cute content, come check out Tea Turtle. Oh my goodness. Are these the reversible? Oh!
Yeah, we actually have the patent on the reversible plushie, so
Oh!
we're
That is so cool. I had no idea.
We bring con-exclusive plushies with us, con-exclusive t-shirts, and con-exclusive pins, so can't get these on our website.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Y'all, if you want the exclusive content, come check out Tea Turtle. They are at booth 1240. Make sure you stop by. Oh my gosh, I could just scream all day about everything that's adorable here. But we have to move on. And on the opposite side of Tea Turtle, we are at GMT Games. This is also enterprise games, out of print, and new gaming products. That's a really cool concept. How are you folks doing today?
I'm good.
So I mean, your sign tells me exactly what this is, but in your own words, what are you selling here?
Mostly historical type games. Some people might call them board games, but it's really a mixture of different things. But yeah, mostly historical topics.
I love that. We got all of our historical games here, and this is at booth 1244. You do not want to miss this. If you love history, you love games, you want to make sure you check this out because they got lots of nice stuff. Thank you so much. All right, so we are leaving GMT Games, and if we go down the aisle a little bit, we are going to stop at the Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels. How are
you?
I'm fantastic. Jonathan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my goodness, so like everybody's played Shovel Knight.
Yes.
And I haven't played the Dungeon Duels, a miniature board game version of this. What can you tell me about it?
So Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels is a 1 to 4 player side-scrolling dungeon crawler.
Hold on, one person can play this?
Yes, one player can play this. You have X amount of lives to try to get through the stage, and you score yourself by how many points you get by the end.
Classic. I love that. Give or take, how long does a game take?
A game takes about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the group size, and the biggest pull for it is the side-scrolling tabletop mechanic. So you can be jumping over spiked pits, beating up bad guys, digging up treasure, accidentally knocking your friends in spiked pits so they drop some of their coins.
Oh, weird.
It's
so
okay.
Weird how that happens.
It's okay, though. We all have infinite lives. We always get to come back at the beginning of our next turn. So let's say Treasure Knight moved up here. These guys are over here. But at the end of each round, one tile does slide off the side of the screen. 3 tiles shift over. New one comes down, creating a forced progression side-scroller on the tabletop.
How have I never encountered this before?
Because you haven't played Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and folks who are super interested in this, what is your booth number? I need to send everybody here. 1239. Oh my goodness, y'all. Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels. This is a miniatures board game, and it is a side-scroller.
We've got the entirety of the Order of No Quarter in the game. Every single one of them with their own side-scrolling dungeon set. Every stage from the video game is in the board game. They're also all playable as heroes.
Really?
Every single boss is also playable as a hero. We've got Treasure Knight, Spectre Knight, Shovel Knight, Plague Knight, King Knight. In the box, we've also got the rest of them, including Tinker Knight with his whole little mech that he drives across the stage.
Oh my god, what the heck? This is so cool. How did they even come up with this? Who designed this? I want to oh my god, nice to meet you. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I love this, y'all. Everybody needs to come check this out. One more time, it is booth 1239. You cannot miss it. We've got great music, great miniatures, and great people.
I can tell you about the other ones if you want.
I'm moving on down, yeah. So right next to the Shovel Knight booth.
So we'll start here, then go there.
Perfect. Okay, we have Barnacle Bay. Oh god, it is the cult of Barnacle Bay. This is really nice. What can you tell me about this?
So Wander, the cult of Barnacle Bay, was a peaceful fishing village until the evil cult's leader, Elder Bane, took over the town. He used his dark magic to corrupt the inhabitants of the city. The once peaceful otter fishermen are now crab-armed, crazed otter grunts. We've got tentacle bunny zealots.
Oh my god.
Fish bat casters, and worst of all, berserking bear sharks.
Oh, the worst.
We are all playing as heroes from the Wanderers Guild, working together to save Barnacle Bay.
Okay.
1 to 5 player, completely cooperative dungeon crawler with a choose your own adventure campaign book.
Oh my
with 24 scenarios in the box, allowing you to play an entire campaign 3 times over before you've even seen everything once. There's 150 unique item cards. Every piece of equipment's a brand new piece of equipment. So if you
Mind is blown.
How do you do this? You find the Flaming Sword of Flames. That's the only one in the game. You find the Magic Fishing Boots. It's the only one in the game. So every time you play, it's a unique experience.
Excellent.
There's 75 event cards in the game. So as you go explore through the darkness, say Tank came in here, and let's say he encountered the Lady of the Puddle. And so you encounter, you see a siren looking back at you through a magical puddle, check knowledge. He would roll his knowledge check depending on what he rolled. But since there's so many of these, you go through an entire campaign, you'll never see the Lady of the Puddle again.
I love that. Oh my goodness. And so can this game be purchased online as well?
We are completely sold out everywhere besides what we have left here at the show of the entire print run.
I love that. Okay, you heard it here. If you do not buy the game here, they are sold out. This is the Cult of Barnacle Bay. A new Wander story. Is Wander the brand?
Yes, Wander's the brand.
Awesome.
So the sequel to Wander coming this fall to Kickstarter is Wander Le Cluck's Revenge. Ghost Pirate Chicken Lord Le Cluck and her mutinous crew have come to Barnacle Bay. Models are still being sculpted, so there's standees right now for the demo.
They're still cute as heck.
So we have Ghost Pirate Monkey Grunts, Pig Gunners, Wailing Albatross Banshees, and Rhino Cannoneers. And on the heroes, we've got Flintlock Rodriguez, the Macaw Buccaneer, Lance the Badger War Priest. We've got Amanda, the Mongoose Monster Hunter, and Waku, the Frilled Lizard Witch Doctor. All new heroes, 24 more scenarios that can be mixed with or played standalone with Barnacle Bay.
Holy heck. And so it's going to be kickstarted soon, right?
Yes, coming this fall.
Okay, what do we look up to find this on Kickstarter?
Look up Wander Le Cluck's Revenge.
That is so incredible. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. It is tactile. It is just, I want to play every single scenario in this game. Holy heck.
You can record this. If they scan the QR code, they can get on our mailing list. So pause the video, scan the QR code, and you'll be able to get updates when it comes out.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you. All right, so on the other side, we see Long Pack Games manufacturing, and ooh, a lot of very tactile items here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're just doing a little walkthrough, admiring everything that we have around here. And what can you tell me about this place?
So Long Pack Manufacturing is a toy and game manufacturing company. Okay. We're based out of Shanghai, like a lot of our manufacturers are, in the China area anyways. Yeah, we're just picking up clients, talking to old clients, a lot of business development.
That is incredible. How many people have hugged the taco?
The burrito?
Oh, it's a burrito. Yes, excuse me. I'm fired. Yes.
It's the best thing.
Thank you.
Bread, I guess. I don't know. I take it around with me, and then people know who I am.
The burrito person from Long Pack Games Manufacturing. Oh, that is delightful. There is so much good content that we want to take a peek at.
All the stuff that we have manufactured, are showing off some of our capabilities. A lot of the games, these are games we've manufactured, not published. So I actually don't sell things at my booth. I just showcase.
I love that.
So like recently we've done Lizard Wizard, we did Dune Imperium.
I played Dune Imperium.
Isn't that a great? It's great. So we got the deluxe edition over there, or the upgrade kit. We got Slide Quest, which is such a fantastic game. And they're just all these guys, and we show people where the booths are. So if you want to go to Lucky Duck to pick up Destinies, they're just down the way. We do plushies, we got toys, very Ghibli style, a bunch of stuff. It's just no holds barred.
Oh, this is fabulous. And Long Pack Games Manufacturing, if you want to come by and take a look at all of the wonderful stuff they have here, they are at booth 1238, and you are not going to want to miss all of the cute things. Everything is tactile. They do such good work here. They even, they've got little pins, they've got toys. Are you sure?
It's one of our designer packs. It has a couple miniatures, some cards, some dice, a coin, stuff like that.
Oh my goodness,
Just
thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll be doing a little unboxing video.
Right,
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, y'all. And then right next to Long Pack Games Manufacturing, we are going to see cruise planners. How does this work?
So we do both D&D cruises and board game cruises several times a year, usually in the spring and then in the fall.
Okay.
So we like to bring a community of people together. We bring a whole bunch of board games on board. Everybody gets to play for as much as they want to. And then with D3, we bring on celebrity DMs like Jason Acevedo, Mark Meir, Little Red Dot. He's amazing, right?
He's such a peach. Oh my goodness.
He's incredible, and he's basically our star DM. He's amazing. So, and everybody gets to come on board and play D&D games with them and actually experience the cruise itself, which is amazing on its own.
I love that.
So, yeah, it's fantastic.
Dang.
We've been on several ourselves, and every time it's so much fun.
Oh my god, I just like it would be so atmospheric, like everything about it.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Oh, that's so cool. So for folks who are interested in looking at more information about this, what is your website?
Sure. So we have D3 at Sea, and we also have B3 at Sea.
What do the letters stand for? Boat?
Oh my gosh, boat, yeah.
Beers, board games.
Beers, board games, and beaches.
Okay.
And then Dungeons and Dragons and drafts, I believe. They throw us off every time. They're like, well, we'll just throw another letter out there. And we're like, okay, great.
You're supposed to know what they all mean.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm really showing my job off right now.
You're doing great. Well, thank you so much. This is a fantastic idea. And for folks who want to check out more about this, make sure you stop by and visit the booth 1236. All right, and across the hall, we've got Catastrophe Games. They have a lot of lovely things. Hi, folks. How are you doing today?
Hello.
How are you too?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Marvelous. What can you tell me a little bit about Catastrophe Games?
Well, we're a historical game company and a broad look of history. We just started out. We only have a few games out right now, but we're growing and growing. Our newest game is Zermatt. It's a low... Yeah, my daughter made the art for that, so I was really happy with that. Yeah. It's about my time in Afghanistan, but I wanted to take a look at what it was like at the lowest level, not at the big country level. So plays real fast, and it's more like a hidden intrigue game because both sides really don't know what each other's up to. So that's that. And then our newest game is we're working on Stonewall.
No way. No hecking way. What the heck? Is that available? You said you're working on it, and I need it, though.
We have a Kickstarter that's going to come out hopefully at the end of the month.
Okay.
And it is the history of gay civil rights, starting from the 60s, going through the 70s, and into the 80s. And it has a lot of the historical characters on there. It's a two-player game, so there's the pride, and then there's the man. So there's.
How do you ever get anybody to play the man? Come on.
When I play the man, I always just act as comically evil as I possibly can, just to mentally, separate it from who I am, right? And honestly, I felt the gravitas of the game as the man more than pride, because I see a card with a big number and a good effect, but it's an objectively horrible thing that I'm about to do, in real life. So I have to play it and say, look, I'm actually sorry that I'm even, putting this card on the table, but it's going to help me win the game. Now, some people do not want to do that, and we get it. So we actually have a solo mode where you can just play as Pride versus the man.
I love that.
You can play with your friends, just all of you cooperating, and you can cheer each other on. And there's no need to play as the man if you don't want to.
I really appreciate the versatility within that, because I don't know if I'm always in the mood to want to play the evil corporation, or the man, as you say.
Well, it has a heavy theme, but it is still fun mechanically. So, some games you are really engrossed in the theme, seeing what's going on, and other games you're, just enjoying the game for what it is and seeing the your familiar characters or events or anything like that. And like Tim said, every card is either some general concept like traditional family values, or it could be something specific like Harvey Milk or ACT UP or any organization. So I thought that I knew a lot about the movement to begin with, and then
I'm going to learn so much if I play this game. I guarantee it.
I play a card, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I would like to know, and I read it, and then whatever it is, and so. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. So when can we start to look out for Stonewall Uprising?
Well, the page is already up on Kickstarter, so you can go sign up right now, put your email in, and then hopefully then, if everything's all well, we got the game pretty much done.
I was looking at that.
Yes. So hopefully like the end of the month, it'll be all live, and away we go.
Oh my gosh, well, this is it, y'all. Oh my god. Okay, the boxes even have different pride flags.
They are all the same game. You have just different options.
Of course, the game is the same on the inside.
Yes.
The base game looks fine.
Okay.
If you want to go above and beyond for just $2 more, this is Kickstarter.
This makes me want to scream. I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is Booth 1235, y'all, you need to come by. Look at Stonewall Uprising. Make sure you visit in person and you look up them online because you want to subscribe to the Kickstarter and get those notifications as soon as possible. Thank you. All right, we are now in front of, well, I think I'm going to have to ask what this booth is called. Hi, folks. What is this booth? What are you selling and why is it all incredible?
This is the booth for IGDN, the Indie Game Developers Network. Yes. Thank you. I had to check to make sure it was developer, not designer, but yes. We're a group of small game designers who banded together to put out our stuff and be able to have a booth, which is nice.
I think that's incredible. So as somebody who plays a lot of indie games, not only have I seen a lot of these, I've played at least quite a few. And that makes me really happy. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, they have so many good games. And this is all the indie stuff that you want to check out. I don't want to walk here. I'm going to cut across for a second. I'm trying to see what else have I played. I played Capers. That was a really lovely game. Oh my god, I'm just going to start listing some of these. Critical, Go Westerly, Shanty Hunters, Lost Roads, Dragon Stew. Okay, that's just a cute name. We have Heart of the Four. There is The Robotic Age. This is so heckin' cool. And if you want to check out some indie games, if you want to support some great people, make sure you check out the IGDN booth. Do you by chance know your booth number? 1233. Thank you so much. All right, and then on the opposite side, we are going to be stepping into Gigamech Games. Now, this is new and exciting territory for me. They have some really nice flooring to walk by on, but they have just miniatures nonstop. They have board games. Okay, there's a game about cats. I always got to stop on the cat stuff. Come on, it's the cute stuff. Oh no, they have a game about me. Bee lives. We will only know summer. Well, that's just sad. I feel like I'm going to die in that game, but also I kind of want to play it. Oh no, they have a game about hamsters. This is a wonderful booth. They have a couple of games on demo. How are you today?
Doing great. How are you?
Marvelous. If you could highlight some of these things, what would you want to highlight?
Definitely, if you're into miniatures, Oko is a great game with a really nice Japanese aesthetic to it. Okay. All about hunting demons, Oni.
Classic.
It is so good. We actually have it on display over there. You may have walked past it. It comes with so many. It's amazing.
So nice. There's just so much wonderful content in this entire booth. I don't know how you can pick one, but that one looks really cool, so I get it. Thank you so much. You're welcome. So this is going to be booth 1324. If you want to check out their content, it is fabulous. All right, we are making our way down. We are just about done our walkthrough today. We have some Academy games. There is Norse Foundry. Norse Foundry is a very popular dice company. I think just about everybody probably owns some of their dice. As we move down past Academy games, we are going to see Inside Up games. They have a lot of great content. We are now passing booth 1312 for Inside Up games. They have quite a few demos going on too, if folks wanted to check that out. On our left, we are passing Lucky Duck games. They also have a vast amount of board games that are all very user-friendly and all so much fun to get to learn. And as we end the end of our little tour, we are going to stop here at Indie Press Revolution. Again, indie games. This is where I'm going to be a little biased. I think I've played something like 15 Indie Press Revolution games. So this is probably a booth you definitely want to check out. If you play tabletop games, they have all of the best tabletop games here. I am a Powered by the Apocalypse schmuck. I play all the 2d6 dice. They have them all here. Blades in the Dark, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Advanced Lovers and Lesbians, Monster Hearts, Dread, Monster of the Week, Aegon, and so many more. make sure you stop by, visit the exhibitor hall. There's going to be so much great content to look at. You don't have to begin anywhere, but as long as you have fun, I think it's worth it. And I'm going to sign off with my usual. Make sure you stay hydrated, sleep, eat, shower, but most importantly, have fun and visit the exhibit hall.
Plan, build, and manage a modern zoo. Using scientific principles, you'll create enclosures to house animals from all over the world while supporting conservation efforts to ensure their survival in the wild. Welcome to Ark Nova. Ark Nova is a strategy game for 1 to 4 players that lets you run a zoo however you see fit. Utilizing a brilliant action selection system, Ark Nova forces you to balance the strength of your actions with careful timing. Upgrading your actions introduces even more to consider and additional ways to customize your playstyle. 8 different map layouts allow for varied play, allowing you to build your zoo however you'd like. Partner with zoos and universities from around the world in order to bring in exotic species and deepen your understanding of them. Contribute to conservation projects to ensure the survival of animal habitats. With over 250 cards included, every game you play will be a new experience. And with over 125 animal cards, every zoo you create will be as wonderful and varied as the animals themselves. Join the fun and play Ark Nova today.
Your favorite escape room game now transports you to an iconic fantasy realm. Middle-earth is in grave danger. Frodo and the Fellowship need your help. Join them as they journey to Mordor on a quest to destroy the One Ring, decipher riddles, carry out Gandalf's secret assignments, and buy the hobbits enough time to reach Mount Doom. The adventure that awaits you will be one for the ages. In Exit, The Lord of the Rings, Shadows over Middle-earth. A Cosmos game from Thames and Cosmos.
Hey, it's Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming for OriginsTV. I'm here with one of my buddies, one of my people that I've dealt with and known for a long time in this industry. And like a crazy man, he started his own publishing company. Like, are you crazy, man? That's like wild.
I'm just trying to emulate you.
Oh, you're much too nice. It's called Coyote and Crow Games.
That's right.
Right? And they're in booth 649, hardest thing to remember. And they've got a new role-playing system. It's called Coyote and Crow, which that makes it kind of easy.
Yeah.
And you can kill somebody with this thing.
We're
talking a huge core rulebook. Beautiful artwork. I mean, this is what the first thing I saw this with is spot varnish. Well, let's go talk some technical terms. Spot varnish printing on the cover.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about Coyote and Crow.
Yeah, so it's I think it's a really unique setting. It's set in an alternate universe where colonization of the Americas never happened. So you're playing a science fantasy game with indigenous folks in the Americas. With science and magic mixed together, spirituality. We've got indigenous writers from all over North America who contributed. I'm the primary writer, but we had writers from all over.
No,
and
really? That is beautiful, man.
Dozens of indigenous artists contributed to it.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, my friend.
Thank you.
That is
Thank you
really
so
a cool
much.
thing.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I keep cutting you off.
No.
Tell me more about this.
Yeah, so we created our own D12 based system. I love the D12 dice, and I think they're a little underloved.
Who doesn't love D12? It's like the best die, but nobody has enough love of that.
So we've got an original system for it. We've got a great website that includes like a name generator because we created an in-game language called Chahi, which is a fictional language, sort of like a Klingon or Elvish. But based on real native languages.
That's awesome.
And so, so you got a name generator, a free mobile app for it. We've got a fantastic website and a huge Discord group. We've got I think we're coming up on 2,000 people in our Discord.
Dude, you're killing it. I'm really impressed. And you told me right before we started that you had over $1 million Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of like really helps the company get off the ground and start moving.
It was a great way to get started. It was a great way.
And how many employees do you have?
Just me, technically. Everybody else, like Wolf, our event coordinator, is
right off camera. Wolf is amazing.
Yeah, we've got a small crew of people, mostly doing like event and outreach and stuff like that. So for now it's small, but we're hoping to build.
Good, and you have this for sale right here.
Absolutely,
at
yes.
booth 649.
Yes.
They can come by to Coyote and Crow.
Yep.
What's your MSRP on this book?
$70.
This massive book that is worth every penny
Yes.
because I'm going to get a workout
Yes.
with this book. I need bicep work, so this is serious stuff.
Yeah, $70 for the book, $30 for a 12 set of dice, and we've got T-shirts as well.
That's really neat. And what you have a future coming out here? Other things in
Yeah,
in
we're
the
actually
line?
bridging into board games. So we've got a dice game coming out in fall, and then 2 full-on board games in next spring.
You're gonna cross-pollinate
Absolutely.
RPGs, board games.
Absolutely.
This guy's gonna be big.
It's all about universe building.
He's amazing, this guy.
Thank
Connor,
you so much,
thank
man.
you so much for talking to
Absolutely.
me.
Absolutely.
And it's a real pleasure that somebody that I've known for so long branched out, started their own publishing company, and killed it with their first
Dude,
product.
a lot of it is you, the inspiration, man.
He's too
You're,
nice.
you're the goal.
He's too nice to me. He really is. Love you, brother, really.
Thank you.
So this is Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming for Origins TV. Come check out Coyote and Crow before the show is over. See you next time.
Hello out there, Origins. I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, talking to some folks around Origins. And right now, I am sitting with Sam from BA Games. Thank you, first of all, for joining me here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, appreciate it. So one of the coolest things, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you is this is your first time exhibiting at Origins,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
So I'm used to, I've done with games for years for other companies like Gen Con and places. I'm used to like consumers, and like it was so funny to watch the very beginning of Origins because the doors opened and Gen Con, people are pushing or shoving and beeline. And then here you're like, oh, it's open? I'll go play a game. It was so chill. It was like, this is very different.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things they pride themselves on here is honestly, like, this is a space you can come to play games, right? You get to see a lot of cool games too, and demo games and stuff, but you also have the space to like sit down and play a game.
Yeah,
so,
it's very gaming oriented. People are like, just so you know, Origins is a gaming convention.
Yeah.
I now understand what that means.
Yeah. How has the experience been? So I am talking to you on the end of the day on Friday, so you have had about 2 full days in the convention hall. What's the experience been like in there?
It's been good. I mean,
Nice.
we've met so many good people. Like, it's been awesome. Every day people come in, they're like, what's this? They're like, oh, we're doing the game. They're like, oh, this is awesome. I want to play this tonight with my friends. Like, can I buy a copy? You're like, sure, yeah, dude, take it, go for it. All happy to do it.
Nice.
It's been real cool.
So right now, Sam and BA Games are showing their very first game that is just getting published right now. Will be coming out to retail in several weeks and stuff. It is a game called Cult of the Deep, and I have had a chance to play it. And what I would say about it is it's a hidden role game that has more strategy than most. A lot of hidden role games are, party games. This is a hidden role game that, sure has some big fun, social elements, but it also has some real strategy behind it. So how did you guys come up with the game?
We came up with the game because I'm really bad at werewolf.
Okay.
I am terrible at it.
Yeah.
People lie. I'm like, I can't tell. I can't read people. So I'm like, what if we had a game where you actually had evidence?
Yeah.
Like, okay. And so we added some board game elements to it. So not only like, they're like, okay, so what if you lied with your dice? That way, if you're a bad liar, it looks like you're a really good liar.
Yeah.
But you're not. So that's what kind of came up with the whole idea.
Cool. How long have you guys been developing Cult of the Deep?
Cult of the Deep has been, we probably developed it for a year and a half, and then we've been, Kickstarter's taken about, until fulfillment, about a little over a year. So
Cool.
I guess in total, 2.5,
Nice.
3 years.
Right on. And one of the fun stories, backstories about your company is you actually developed the game and run the company with multiple brothers, huh?
Yeah. Yes, we do.
How many of you guys, how many brothers have worked on it?
So officially, we have 3 brothers who worked on it.
Okay.
But there's 5 of us total, and
Nice.
they also like to chime in.
Yeah.
Like brothers do. Let you know that you're doing terrible. And
So what have been some of the sort of pluses and drawbacks of developing with brothers?
well, let's start with the drawbacks. No.
Yeah.
Actually, it's been really good because it's interesting. Part of it, I think, also is just we have similar games that we've played because we grew up together. So we have certain like preferences,
Mm.
which can be a good and a bad thing. Preferences because like we all think this is fun.
Yeah.
Bad thing, we're like, yeah, we think it's fun. Other people don't.
Yeah.
So we've had to like work back and forth, but all in all, it's been really good. I've got to know them better as well.
Cool.
Not just from
now they're not just brothers; they're also friends.
I haven't been taking it too far.
Yeah.
No, we're good. We're actually down in the booth together, and we haven't killed each other yet. So
Nice.
it's good.
Yeah. Good sign. Good sign. So, had you like had a desire to develop a game or start a company or things for a while, or was this something that kind of fell into your lap?
So it's kind of a mix of both.
Yeah.
So when we were younger, we used to make games. Like, for example, patent pending, we had a game called World War Toy.
Yeah.
Because we were really into Warhammer and the miniature games. So like, what if we took all the toys and gave them stats based on size and like different things, and we taped off a part of the floor, and that was our miniature game. Was we used all like our GI Joes and stuff, and I was like, yeah, World War Toy. It was a terrible game, but we always kind of did that.
And you had some imagination. I mean, that's one of the best parts about being a kid.
We tried
you know?
to. That's the best part. And so we kind of evolved over time, and we kind of did that a few times, and then basically what happened was I had an itch to make some games, made some terrible games. Absolutely terrible. I think one was Ding Dong Ditch.
Okay, nice.
It's a gang warfare, but you're doorbell ditching people. So when you doorbell ditch a house, you're like, yeah, that was really bad.
You're really fronting on that doorbell.
Yeah. So that was a great game. That's on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
But I actually made a game that was actually fun, and then they're like, hey, do you actually want to do this? And he's like, well, we always kind of want to do something. And so we're like, okay.
Yeah.
And so we kind of did the research, and then we kind of developed over time, and that's where Cult of the Deep was born.
Cool. So being a younger company, what has sort of surprised you in a good way about the world of publishing and the world of creating board games?
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
So the only advice I can give on that is go make one.
Yeah.
And see how you feel.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to it, because I didn't realize how much on the back end there was between logistics. Like, they were like, oh yeah, just ship stuff A to B. Oh yeah.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
I did, and it was great. I loved my bubble. It was
when
so
you were
comfy.
when you were back in Naive, you know.
It was so comfy, and now I'm like, oh, there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
But I like that, and I knew going in it was going to be a business thing, so we were like, okay, we're going to be surprised. Let's just go with it, and it was a lot of fun actually.
Nice.
I enjoyed it, and I think what surprised me most was how kind most of the people are.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just like you guys or like anyone else, like, they're like, hey, BA Games. I'm like, hey, I saw you at a game con. Like, hey, we're friends. Like, oh, cool, let's play a game. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's very welcoming. That's one of the things I like the most about the hobby, is that it's very welcoming. So, thanks all you people out there for welcoming us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Cult of the Deep, your first game, but not your last game. You guys are already working on more games, right? Can you tell me about some of the stuff you're working on coming up?
Yeah, so Cult of the Deep is fulfilling this week, retail July 1st, and then our next game, we're working on Kickstarter. It should be February-ish.
Okay.
For February.
Nice.
And what it is, it's called Forges of Ravenshire.
Ooh, love the name.
It feels very...
Yeah.
We were big fans of Redwall growing up.
Okay.
The series. And so we made a game like, well, I combined Forged in Fire with Redwall, and so now I have this game about anthropomorphic animals, like badgers and pine martens and squirrels and whatever, and they're all blacksmiths in this town of Ravenshire, and you're trying to compete with each other to become the best blacksmith.
Okay.
Or in this case, the title of Forge Master.
Ooh.
And that means you got to have
fancy title.
I know, isn't it great? I made it myself.
Yeah.
Side note, good part about being part of a company, you make your own title.
Yeah. I'm the boss, huh? Yeah.
So what happens, you're in this forge, you're competing, and the goal is to make the most money. And you do that in different parts of the game by sending out your workers to the town to get different resources. And then you also have to develop your guilds, which help you to gain and generate more resources, kind of engine building. But then you move into the production phase where you actually run the forge, where you take iron, turn it into steel, and then take that steel and you make swords and you make items out of it.
Nice.
So
all right.
We're pretty excited.
Yeah, so you ever wanted to make swords in real life, now you can do them in a game. Don't make them in real life and hurt people, but you can hurt people in a game,
It's too hard.
Yeah. Well, what are you looking forward to most with the next couple of days of Origins here?
I look forward to meeting more people.
Yes.
So we've actually been doing a raffle. So people who buy the game, they can come back at 5. And we've been doing like cult chants. Like, join our cult, join our cult. And then everyone gets going. And then what we end up doing is we have actually a high priest robed.
Nice.
And they come out and be like, followers, we will now pull names from the altar.
Love
and
it.
so the winners will get like special prizes that we have, like art prints and upgrades and stuff. So.
Well, where can people find you here at Origins?
So we're at booth 348.
We're
right in front of the artist alley.
Nice.
Area. So you find us. If you hear chanting,
Yeah.
or you see Kool-Aid.
And they have a big altar, like a physical altar for the game that's pretty cool. And I tried to bribe them and buy it, and they wouldn't sell it to me. So,
we can talk about that after.
There is a price.
You can come back at like midnight.
Okay.
At about full moon.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Sam, thank you for joining me here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Go check out Cult of the Deep and BA Games.
Hey, this is Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming, here again at OriginsTV. I'm at the Academy Games booth.
Yep.
You guys are one of the big ones now. Booth 1220, by the way, with Gunther Eichert.
Yes.
How is that? Is that okay? Ein Bier.
You butcher it less than my father does.
My German, 9, not good. So tell us, I mean, you guys are really known for your like historicals.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you started the company with. Uwe, your dad, who's not here, very insulting to me, by the way. I've known him for 12 years. I tease, of course. But now you've got something here that I was just getting a high-level demo before you even you came over. It's called Reality Shift Deluxe. And this is not a historical, and it's very innovative idea. Explain how this game works.
Yeah, so this is in our Apollo Games line for our non-historical games. And this is a 3D racing game where the map will be shifting as you move and tilt these cubes around the board to change the path you can take from the start to the finish.
So this is the starting place. Can I have one of those little bikes? This sounds a little like a non-IP infringing game. Tron, excuse me. Like I had a sneeze there.
We call them light bikes.
Oh, light bikes. Very, very good. And you've got to get from this point to this point, but this point might be here later. It could be on its side later. In fact, it could even be upside down later, so that you can't even get to it until you play a card or something to change it over.
And if you notice, these little bikes, miniatures, are magnetic. So you can race up the side of cubes on top, and as things shift, you might also accidentally get crushed, which force you to respawn at the start or a checkpoint.
Respawn, I mean, it's literally like playing a certain name non-IP infringing game.
Yeah, thematically, you're hackers in a virtual reality race.
Oh, that is
so
pretty
that's
cool.
how you're changing the map. You're hacking into the map to change the map, and also trying to move your racers to the finish and get yourself in a position where people can't prevent you from winning.
That is really neat. This is a 2 to 5 player game.
Yep.
I saw.
So we have the base version of Reality Shift. That's the retail version, and then you can still pre-order the deluxe edition. Pre-order will be ending after the end of Origins, and this was supposed to be at Origins, but it's stuck in the port. It'll be shipping later this month once it gets unloaded from the port, and we're really excited to get in people's hands so they can start crushing each other and racing to the finish.
And it's a 20-minute game too, which is really, really interesting.
5 to 20 minutes. Sometimes things go quick. Sometimes they take a little bit. It's a little bit of a puzzle sometimes. Which is what makes it fun. It's not just a straight racing game.
That is really interesting. And you can come to Academy Games booth 1220 and take the demo now.
Yep.
And you'll be able to pick it up retail within a little while.
Yeah. Yep. But right now you can still pre-order
it.
3 additional cubes and the 5th player and the power card expansion.
Well, a lot of stuff you can get by pre-ordering here at the Academy Games booth.
Yes.
You wanted to talk about another game that is a little historical, I believe.
Oh, very
right?
historical.
It's Western, and I'm going to change the camera shot. I only do that for my favorite people in the world, like Gunther.
About the lead up to World War I. So in this game, you're playing one of the European powers, and you're trying to place either diplomacy, economic, or military influence on the map here. You're doing this because the game can end of 3 different ways. Either the start of World War I, the formation of the League of Nations, or through one European power just dominating the world economically. And the different influence scores differently depending how the game ends.
I love the fact it's a completely variable end game condition.
Yep.
We're going to go down here.
Yeah.
This is like very intimate now, me and you hanging out on our knees. Keep going. This is awesome.
I like to describe this. This is like a mix between Twilight Struggle mixed with Ticket to Ride, because it has the influence placing feature of Twilight Struggle, but you're collecting cards, trying to get sets of the same in order to play the influence in the way you want to gain domination in the different continents. So it's a very simple, but lots of diplomacy and strategic maneuvering and thinking and trying to get the game to end the way you want to based off what influence you're placing on the map.
This really looks interesting. And you mentioned two of like my favorite games in the world, Twilight Struggle and Ticket to Ride. I mean, that's cred.
They don't sound like they go together, but we managed it.
But you managed to do it. This is beautiful. And this is available right now, right here.
No, it's going to be going on pre-order later in July. So this is
in shrink wrap. But
yes.
It's empty.
Yes.
I like
this. This is the first time we're ever showing this outside of our play testing room. So this is the first chance people get to actually play their game, and then we're letting people know this is going to be up for pre-order next month at academygames.com.
Oh, that is awesome. And not going to Kickstarter or going to Kickstarter?
Not going to Kickstarter. Okay. Pre-order only.
Pre-order only, and then it'll be available retail and delivering.
This game is ready to print, so we're going to be pre-order for a month and print. So it'll be shipping at the end of the year.
Very good. This will be a fourth quarter release for you guys.
Yes.
Gunther, thank you so much.
Yeah.
This has been a great thing. You got some really different things. This is crazy, and this one's called Reality Shift. And this guy over here, Western Twilight.
Yep.
Good luck with all your releases.
Yes.
This is Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming, again for Origins TV. Come to see Academy Games in 1220. See you next time. Hey, Stephen Buonocore, the podfather of gaming.
Bee Zelda, your non-binary busy bee and video host.
Chris Volpe from GDEX. John Stacy from Gamma and Origins.
Yes, we are so grateful to finally have John here. This is the outro for Origins Game Fair, and we are so hecking thrilled that everybody has been here. Everybody's had so much fun, but I think we're going to tilt it over here. John, how has this convention been going from your perspective? Have you been having the time of your life?
It's been a life, yes. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad to be back. It's good to be people playing games. I was walking around the open gaming last night at 11 o'clock watching. Tables were full 11 o'clock last night. People were having a great time here. So.
Because obviously you're the most busy man at the convention that you are running, so fun is relative. For you.
Well,
but what you want is success. You want this to be full and having people showing them having a great time here.
Absolutely. My family says, you have fun, you play games, right? Not the
No.
show, I don't. I'm too busy.
No.
I just think, where's Waldo, where's John? I'm always running around doing stuff all week. So.
I think I saw you once this week, so I feel like I win. I win. Where's Waldo? Where's John? Yeah.
Absolutely. It was a really good show.
Thank you.
Attendance has been strong. We're getting back. I mean, obviously, it's not pre-COVID numbers, but almost 12,000 attendees this year, which is up from last year, which was 10,000 people. So we're growing, getting bigger, and having a phenomenal time.
Oh, that is fantastic.
I mean, I really think that from a perspective of the attendees, it was great. I'm just seeing people playing games like crazy. I'm seeing people walking around buying. The exhibit hall always had people in it, so it's been great.
Yeah.
And some of those other events, the non-gaming events, have been so interesting.
Ooh, what have you checked out?
Well, I keep going back.
Oh my God, are you going to tell the magic show?
Tell us about the magic show.
How many times have I mentioned that? But I'm getting Caleb.
The close-up magic.
The close-up magic.
I really wanted to go to that. I missed it.
Oh, yeah, he did 2 shows.
he's doing stuff right this close to you, and it's just incredible. I mean, that was my non-gaming highlight without a doubt.
I think for me, and I know we talked about it yesterday, but the game Boop by, who is it?
Smirk and Dagger
Smirk
Games.
and Dagger Games. I'm going to the exhibit hall right after it. I'm going to go buy it. Because I can't figure out who wouldn't love that game. So for me, it was just, I demoed, oh my gosh, like 25 games, if not more, this weekend. And I played so many fun ones, so many complicated ones, so many beautiful games. But at the end of the day, I just want to be a cat on a bed jumping around.
Don't we all?
Yes!
The life of the cat. Awesome.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
what about you?
So, I mean, there was so much stuff this year. I had a blast on it. I think my big highlight for yesterday and possibly the weekend was I got to do the conversation with Jonathan Blow, game developer. That was our keynote, and he was one of my I guess one of the nice things about running your own expo is I get to pull the people in that I want to talk to.
Yes.
And he has been like sort of one of my game dev idols for several years.
That's awesome.
So the fact that I got to bring him in, he came in, the conversation was great. We had dinner afterwards, so that was my personal highlight. It was awesome, you know?
I love that. Oh my goodness. This really sounds like everybody has found a way. Even while working, we have all had the time of our lives. And that means you too, John. You look over here.
I really enjoyed, for me personally, was the trade days on Tuesday and Wednesday. See our members, because we're a membership association first, but Origins is an important part of that. But see our members got together, playing games, doing business together on Tuesday and Wednesday, just phenomenal to see that. People were happy, people were glad to be back together again.
Oh, I really love that.
Spending time with people I haven't seen in 2.5 years or whatever it's been has been just so much fun. I might spend maybe a little too much time at Big Bar on 2, at the Hyatt, with everybody that I see.
It's a judgment-free zone.
The judgment-free zone there. But it's just great. It was really back with a vengeance. And thank you, John, for putting on such a good show. And again, hopefully we're going to get this thing back to 20,000 like we did right there in 2019. I think obviously needs to be that kind of show.
Yep. June 21st to 25th of 2023. We'll be back.
So repeat that again?
It's June 21st to 25th, 2023.
There you go. Put that on your calendar.
Is that going to fall on Pride Week?
Unfortunately, no. It's like the week after, but it's the same weekend as ComFest, which is
Ooh.
like the local hippie fest.
Oh, no,
basically,
I
is how to
love
put
it.
it. It's this great community. It's basically across the street at Goodale Park, with like 50 art vendors, a couple dozen food trucks, music for 3 days. It's, it's a phenomenal time, and that's going to bleed over into our theme.
You will love it.
I mean, I was there at food, you know?
Yeah. It's always this great. I've been coming to Origins since I was in high school, and it tends to fall on ComFest weekend, and it's always an interesting, because it's in June, it's a little hot, convention center's nice and air conditioned, so you see ComFest people walking through.
That's so funny.
And then just like walking by all the nerd stuff happening, and then the nerds are walking by all the ComFest stuff, and it's like, it is a great confluence of community.
That's awesome.
It's wonderful.
Well, that is pretty excellent. And really quickly, I want to let you know, because you were just talking about all the amazing things that you've done. I ran into somebody in the exhibit hall that was like, excuse me, do you know Stephen Buonocore?
But you're talking directly to me. This is going to be a thing with me in here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This lovely man comes up and is like, excuse me, he's like so shy. He's like, do you know Stephen Buonocore? I'm like, yes, I work with him. He's like, can you introduce me? And I'm like, I don't know where he is right now. And he was telling me that you responded to one of his tweets.
Of course.
You made his life.
Oh my God.
This man was so thrilled to even just talk to me, like I'm like adjacent to you.
I'm blushing.
It was the cutest thing ever. I'm like, yeah, I know that guy. I'm basically popular because I know you.
You got his number? I'll text him right now.
No,
that's very sweet. Thank you.
It was
Vic.
excellent, and like thank you everybody who's been tuning into Origins Spotlight, everybody who's been walking by the concourse and stopping to check out the TVs. I've even had a couple people that are like, excuse me, you're YouTube famous?
You are.
Can I talk to you? And I'm like, who? The person behind me? Who are we talking about? So it's just been so delightful. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for playing games. And oh my goodness, this is my first Origins, John.
Ooh.
I have had the best time. Meeting people, playing games, watching seminars, going to entertainment events. It's just been excellent. I haven't taken enough time to watch tournaments, but that's on me and that's okay. But like everything has just been delightful. Everybody has been so kind. The volunteers have been excellent. I don't even know like what is not going to bring you back next year? Come on. Next year, one more time. What is the date?
June 21st to 25th.
21st to the 25th? You have to come back.
Pardon me, that's later than usual, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks later than normal.
that's going to work well for me.
Well, if it
I was
works
supposed
well
to
for
be in
you.
Vegas this week.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Vegas
I'm going to help
versus-
out Gamma.
That's an easy choice.
It was tough, but no, that's actually
Vegas
good.
is built every day of the year.
Yeah.
It's the only one we get.
Origins only has.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I will absolutely be here again, without a doubt. Maybe sitting next to Bee. We'll
Oh,
see.
I
We'll
think
see.
so.
We'll
I
see.
think so. And
We'll
I'm even
talk
gonna
about
have
it.
like a professional camera person next year. I'm excited.
Oh.
I'm going to I'm
Am
gonna will
I?
that into reality.
No, I'll be lugging this thing around forever.
Yes.
Oh, it's so heavy.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much to everybody who joined, everybody who tuned in, everybody who showed up at Origins Game Fair. This has been a fantastic time. Thank you everybody for talking to the volunteers, listening to the rules, listening to everybody who had to share some important information. You were all fantastic, and I think it's time for the outro.
I think it's a wrap. What's going to be our outro? The same one?
Oh,
Do they still
gosh.
have to do those things?
No, you don't have to shower
You
anymore.
don't have to shower anymore.
You don't have to hydrate anymore. You don't have to eat. You don't have to sleep. But you still have to have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun.
We should say, I'm gonna come in at the last second here, but follow us on our social medias. You
Yes.
got Origins
Why do we
Game,
do that?
Origins Game Fair and at the GDEX. Just keep updated all year.
Mm-hmm.
And yours?
Oh, yes, if you'd like, you can follow me online on Twitter. I am at @B_Zelda. Add an extra underscore if you want to follow me on Instagram. And remove all of the underscores if you want to follow me on TikTok.
I'm at Podfather Gaming, like everywhere. Facebook is like really, really big. Go to the Facebook group, the Podfather of Gaming group. We do all kinds of ridiculous stuff there, so that's the place to see it.
And then if you want to pitch the Origins socials, do you...
Sure, I'm so tired right now.
Make sure you follow Origins Game Fair on Twitter, check out our Facebook group, and most importantly, subscribe to our email list. That way you can stay in touch and stay in tune with everything that we are announcing and talking to you about.
Have fun, everybody.
Have
See you all
fun.
next year.
See ya.